So, um, where are we exactly is the question. So there's been one wonderful thing that has happened over the past 10 days, amongst many others. But one of the wonderful things that has happened recently is that we made listing integration live, which actually gives us a lot of great insight into what's actually going on, right? Into what kind of sales are people actually doing? Are we all just in this one giant pyramid scheme called DS Domination, and we're just like posting fake stuff on Facebook, right? I mean, that's obviously a question that we all have. So because the listing integration and the fact that not everybody in DSD has actually connected it yet, but quite a few percentage have, what we've been able to do is actually get our hands on some pretty good data. Okay, so I'm going to actually show you guys this pretty fun thing. These are the sales. I'm going to zoom into this number a little bit more. These are the sales over the last 7 days by DSD members who are part of listing integration. In the last week, $5.6 million done in sales by DSD members without recruiting anybody or anything like that. This is pure actual revenue generated in the last week. So we have a pretty good reason to believe that our members over the last year have done something around $230 million based on all the data that I've analyzed and looked at. And we have 84,976 accounts created in DS Domination at this moment. So there's a small possibility that while we're on this webinar, we'll actually cross 85,000 accounts in DS Domination. And to give you an idea of how quickly that's growing, we crossed 70,000 accounts at the event in Vegas. So we've actually added 15,000 new accounts in DSD in the last 3 months or so. So it's insane. It's growing really well, and all those wonderful things. But again, notice that we haven't talked at all about looking at our numbers or stuff like that, because we don't even need to talk about it to show how well this thing is working for everybody. Okay. To give you guys another little snapshot on this, within listings integrations, there were 311,000 new listings that were tracked over the last week, and we had 17,600 some listings sold in that same time period out of those 311,000. So you can actually see the percentage of success rate right there. Because a very, very large percentage of people are actually making sales right as they get going, and they're doing it very, very quickly, which is all stuff that we are aware of, which is all stuff that we have all talked about, heard about, but here we have actual statistics, we have actual evidence, so this is what's going on. So that is a very, very nice way to begin our second year. And Roger, do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. I know you don't like this, but when you talked about insights coming out, that was complicated stuff. And congratulations for pulling that off. He's gonna hate this, but just give Hitesh a big round of applause there in the chat. He'll mock me how he can't get applause in the chat, but go ahead and figure it out. And amazing job putting that all together. Wow.
Well, thank you very much. See, I'm totally not going to go with your play here. I'm not going to make any jokes about it. I'm just very thankful that it worked well and everybody's happy and it's doing its job. And of course, we would not have listings integration, all the stuff, if we didn't have all of Roger's training to begin with, right? So please applaud for Roger in the same vein, and let us all just celebrate each other. And you know what? Here's another fun thing about this. This is such a symbiotic system because we have the training, we have the software, we have the platform, we have all of the stuff that's working together, but we wouldn't actually be able to do any of this if we didn't have all of our wonderful users who've actually gone out and been using it. Because if you weren't using all of this, then we actually wouldn't have the statistics, we wouldn't have the data, we wouldn't have the motivation to actually keep building out all these amazing things, and we wouldn't have the cash flow to make all this stuff either. So really, all of you guys are just as awesome. I mean, there's really no difference between all of you and us, between you and Roger and me and Kevin. I think the only two differences are that we actually have the microphone here on the webinar, and talent. I mean, that's it. There's only those two. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
I was like, where's he going with that?
I'm just messing with you guys. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I am kidding.
Who's got talent?
That's just the kind of humor I have, okay? That's just, I have a very bad sense of humor about, especially when it comes to like these so-called emotional things. Oh, let us all shed a tear of gratitude. We can all shed tears of gratitude in secret, and that's really when we should be doing it. If you're not saying, if you don't have those tears of gratitude and thankfulness in secret, then there's no sense in doing that in public anyway.
Yeah, we have a massive problem with that. I mean, I might as well set the scene. We're in a hotel after the event. We're in a room, Kevin and Hitesh and I, and it's been like this monster long weekend, and spending time together and stuff like that, and meeting each other's families for the first time, and thousands of people. It was literally, it was so mannish. It was, all right, guys, see you later. We all just walked down a separate hall.
Yeah, it was so odd. I remember when
it was terrible.
Yeah, I left the elevator and I was like, it was this weird feeling, but it was almost like we were supposed to see each other again like 5 minutes later.
Yeah,
and
it was brutal.
We obviously won.
And there was no like fake, like, yeah, we'll meet downstairs for breakfast. We knew it was the end. It was like, all right, good luck, take care. Oh, that was terrible. Yep. We suck. Anyway.
No, I think it's good. I think thankfully our personalities are more that we like to show our care with our actions instead of by just talking about it. Because anybody can go out there and make a post on Facebook, I love you all, you're my wonderful friends, even though all they really care about is how much money they're making off of their Facebook friends. So it's way easier to do that, and I would rather not just, do that. And no, I did not say thankfully, Nick. That's probably your headset. I said thankfully. But anyways, so we're kind of actually just waiting for Kevin to get on as well, and he's trying to get on, I'm assuming, at this point, but can't because we were basically filled out more than 40 minutes ago. So we're
let me build it up
Kevin to get on because there's some stuff.
Why don't I build it up to supremacy for you? So guys, this all started with a phone call. Hitesh was doing a leads program and making money with JV Zoo and all these offers and stuff, mystery stuff to me. And I've been partners with Kevin, and along comes Hitesh and offers to send our product out to his list, which was I don't even know, 47/297, something like that. And sold, Kevin and I have been selling product and making like enough to eat at a Wendy's or something like that. And along comes Hitesh and does $58,000 or something, or $80,000 worth of sales in like a 1 or 2 day period. And we got to working with each other, and then we just talked it over the phone and came up with this. And then we were going to launch on the 23rd, and we were all glued to the computer, and people were hitting refresh, and I remember I was laying down on the couch, fell asleep, woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. We were live, and it was pretty exciting stuff. And then we went on, and we had problems with the billing, some functionality, stuff like that. We got through all of that. I don't know how anybody makes it their first year with these crazy companies you got to rely on that are terrible out there. So we got through that, and then we built it up all the way to the event, and here we are now. I could outline a few more pitfalls and stuff like that we faced. But now, what I love about everything that's just launched is the uniqueness that nobody can remotely come close to copying our stuff, because it's so technical, it's so fantastic, it just makes us so whole. And Hitesh again has done it again with Supremacy, which he's going to talk about here in just a second, which is just the next level. And then we're going to take it to another. We're going to go about 2 or 3 levels up and add some stuff on here. And this is all crazy Hitesh stuff. So Hitesh, why don't we give them a little snippet or a little detail on Supremacy?
Absolutely. So first of all, I do want to point out something very important in what Roger was just talking about. When we went live on the 23rd last year, 23rd of August, note that Roger said he fell asleep on the couch. So there you go.
That is correct. That is absolutely true. And I haven't woken up since.
Anyways, no, we were all crazy for 3 days, and I remember I actually beat my previous record, and I was awake for nearly 5 days straight. Remember we got on that webinar, and it was like I was manic. I was just kind of out of control because I
Yeah.
hadn't slept. I do not do coffee or any kind of caffeine whatsoever because I feel it's not good. And I was just manic on the web, and I was like, "Hey, everybody, welcome!" So, it's just
I
crazy.
remember that was brutal.
Yeah,
Is he okay?
I know. All right. Well, so let's talk about supremacy real quick, okay? Again, this is all a very systemized, laid out thing that we've been working on over time. So we start out with Pro, all about making you some profits. Then we get to Elite, and remember what we said last time around, that Elite is crucial in the long run. Okay, and this is one of the reasons why. So we get to Elite, and the whole idea is to scale up your business. Okay, and now here's what typically happens. Here's the problem with scaling up, and here comes one of my infamous diagrams. Okay, so when we start scaling up something, you all know about the law of diminishing results, right? The law of diminishing results is that as you keep working on something, over time, your return for the same amount of effort is lower. So as you start out, your return for more amount of time or more amount of listings is not a linear thing. It actually goes down over time. Okay, so that's the problem with all businesses have this problem. Okay, with scaling up. As you start scaling up, it's very easy to double $5. It's very hard to double $5 million. Okay, that's just the reality of it. What supremacy does is it kind of reverses this, because what you're going to do now is you're going to use all of your previous work to actually boost your results from your future work. So instead of your chart looking like that as you scale up, your chart looks like this as you scale up, because the more you scale up, the more your success rate increases. Okay, all of that is basically mathematical gibberish to say supremacy is ideally suited for businesses as you are growing. Okay, so I won't even recommend it for somebody who's just starting out with Pro. Okay, we're not going to even talk about it. But somebody who's an elite, okay, and at this point they have, let's say, 20, 30, 40 listings already up, and they're already making some money. Okay, they're already making some sales. Here's what supremacy does in a nutshell. It takes each of your listing, which then turns into a sale. Okay, so each of your sale, and it turns those sales into marketing systems for more sales. And you can do this two ways. You can actually do it for your other products that are on eBay. You can also do it for your other products that are on Amazon if you're in Genesis. You can also do this as an affiliate. Okay, I'll show you guys how that's done. I'll actually show you guys an example right now. So what I did is I basically set up a listing, okay, and I set it up so that whenever this product is sold, then when basically somebody buys it from me, then I basically send them a message automatically and get them to buy something else. Okay, so here's what happens. You can actually see this right now. Thanks, Desh, this order has been received. Okay, and since this wasn't a real sale, I generated the sale myself. That's why it's not filled out the buyer name and eBay username. But this is from an account named Deal Rover, basically. And here's what happens. Thank you for purchasing this product. This is all automated. You're going to get this stuff. And here is a coupon code, by the way, for you that will give you 10% off on the purchase of this item. So let's go to this item. And essentially it takes me to Amazon, to this product, which is related, which somebody who has purchased this item, according to Amazon's behavior history, is also going to be interested in purchasing this product. Okay, so what I've done basically is I've monetized this listing. Whenever somebody buys this, I also send them off to somewhere else. If this is my own product, I can give them a coupon code on Amazon. Or if this was not my product, I can actually give them the link directly with my affiliate link embedded. So even if I don't have any listings at all on Amazon myself, as long as I'm an actual affiliate of Amazon, I can actually start making money with that as well. So what happens with this is the more listings you have, the more money you're going to keep making, because each listing and each sale then turns around and starts making more sales for you over time. Okay, and I've actually seen this in action. I've seen people do it manually, and it does really well. But the benefit of doing this right now at this moment is you all know that there's this time period in marketing world. You understand this. There's this time period when somebody has just purchased something, that's the best time that they will usually purchase something else. That is why when you go to check out at a store, there are usually options. Oh, you just bought a TV from Best Buy. Would you like to get insurance with that? Would you like to get an HDMI cable with that? Those are basically the best times for you to purchase multiple items. So this is one of those times. This is the best time to be contacted somebody who has just purchased from you on eBay, and that's basically what Supremacy does for you on autopilot. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the emailing or anything like that. And here is how it works. It's actually literally this simple. You enter the eBay item ID of the item that you're selling, which you can actually just pull from here because it's going to show you all your eBay item IDs, and you can actually set up multiple different emails. You just put in the buyer name, put in the product title, and so on here. It's going to automatically fill that out, and anytime there is a sale made, it's going to send this out. And you can actually edit this as well. You could change this to say, if you buy 2 more of the same item, we'll give you this, or whatever you want to do. You have complete freedom in setting up what kind of messaging you want to set up here, and you can set up multiple different messages for different items. You're not tied down to a single thing over here. So we're going to actually teach you a lot of strategies on how to use this over time as well to make a lot more money, because you're going to have some people who will purchase an item, and what you want to do next with them is not necessarily market to them immediately, but market to them down the road. I'll give you guys a very good example. I had an individual who used to sell basically body piercing items on eBay, and he harvested that whole list, and he had to do this manually, and then he basically sent everybody a manual email around Halloween to sell them Halloween costumes that he had purchased from China. Basically, he did exactly what we teach. He built up a market, then he found a supplier, a source in China, brought those items in, sold them, and he made about $80-some thousand in a course of a week, okay, doing that. This is one of those things that you can do over here as well. You can actually set up a timer and say that down the road, I want this person to receive this offer. There are some things that are very seasonal, okay? You know that somebody bought something for a baby item from you in January. They're likely going to want to buy some toddler toys or something 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months later. So you can actually schedule this to send out an email like that down the road to them and say, hey, we know that you bought this organic baby sheepskin for your baby to lay on. We now also have organic wooden toys to encourage development in your child, and you can get 15% off as a previous buyer, and here's your link. And you can do insanely well with that. One of the things that Roger mentioned earlier was, that I did this promotion for when Roger's training was a standalone thing and made all these sales. That's actually exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did with that. I had my buyers and I had my list, my subscribers, and I basically said to them, oh, here's something that's really cool. Let's jump on a webinar. We'll walk you through it. And we did a webinar and we walked through this. And at that time, it wasn't as cool. We didn't have all these software things in there. And people loved it because it was very much in line with what they had purchased previously. So it's very, very easy if you harvest this to over time make $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 over a course of a week or a month when you do a targeted promotion like this. Now the best part is that if you have Genesis, then you can do this for each of your Genesis items as well. So you get an item on Genesis that you're going to source, you target every single related item that exists out there for it, and have these messages going out to whenever a sale is made on those. So to give you a little fun diagram image of that, here is your Genesis product. Okay, so here's your Genesis product that you were going to sell. And what you will do basically is find all the related items to this. Okay, wallets, gloves, whatever. Let's say that you were sourcing and selling lifting gloves, people who wear special gloves when they're doing heavy lifting. Let's say you were sourcing those, and you have multiple different niches that Supremacy tells you, here are some products related to this that this person will also be interested in purchasing, maybe gardening gloves as well. Okay, we don't know. It's based on behavior analysis, not based on just pure sales analysis. We all know Amazon is the best in the world at that. So what you do is now you start targeting all of these products. Whenever any of these items sell, all of them will start receiving a notification saying that they can get 10% off or 15% off or 5% off or nothing off. You can just tell them we have this great product at the lowest price available and send them all to your Genesis product on Amazon. That in turn also boosts your sales massively, because guess what is one of the criteria that Amazon is looking for? Amazon is wanting you to bring in buyers from external sources. So when Amazon actually tracks and sees that you just your ranking of your product on Amazon as well. So if you're FBAing a product, this is like killing 8 birds with one stone, even though I don't really believe in killing birds with stones whatsoever. Just a saying, a Canadian saying, killing 8 geese with a stone. So that's basically how this whole thing works. So it's pretty awesome. That's why this is called supremacy, because it is the logical next step, and it really does establish your supremacy in the market. Nobody can compete with you on your product when you're doing this, because you're taking over the entire niche. You're not just taking over, you're not competing with the 8 other guys who are selling this weightlifting item. You've just taken over the whole niche. If these guys want to compete with you on your weightlifting gloves, they have to compete with you on everything else as well, which most people forget about trying to do that. They don't even think about it. They're not going to even try it. So that is essentially the way that supremacy works. So thoughts and comments, Roger, before we get on to discussion about the thing that's on everybody's mind.
Yeah, obviously you're a long-time superior list builder, and you understand all the value and the power in that. So when I first heard about getting a list and selling product through emails and stuff, I didn't even believe it was possible, because I would get emails and I would never buy anything. I treat it as though it was me. I'm not going to buy something that's saying, oh, you got a secret book or something. Yeah, sure. So I don't remember ever buying something that came in email. So when somebody started talking to me about list building and stuff like that, it just blew over me. And somebody mentioned to me one time, I think his name was Mike up in Boston, just happened to say, a list is worth, and I know the value, I don't want to talk about that right now, but a list is worth $1 per person on your list. And it just, all of a sudden, kind of something sunk in. I was like, wait a minute, if I have 10,000 people on my list, that's worth $10,000 a month. And that's when it started to sink in. I started building a list. Now, when I'm looking at this, I know from going through the trials and tribulations that an eBayer, for example, goes through, you might be thinking to yourself, all right, I'm putting stuff up, following the system, selling. This kind of looks like a pain in the butt to get a single sale here, where I send an email out to George and hope that George buys my bathroom scale when I sold him some diet pills. But you have to understand, once a month or so, you'll send out an email to 50, 100, 150 people and get like 10, 20, 30 extra sales a day that you'd never get. And that's the enormous power in this. You can just take one of your products. You're not used to niche type thinking. You're used to just put it up. But if you take one of those bathroom scales or one of those things that you're already listing and say, well, let me see what else is up in there, and get 5, 10, 15, 20 other things up in there, they're going to sell anyway. It's worth your time. But then you can market that way. And if you're already in Genesis and Monopoly, you know what this is all about. I mean, I don't even have to talk to you about the power of this, where you can all of a sudden send one email out about your widget when you've already sold 20 widget-like items. I mean, it's just guaranteed sales. So awesome, giant, massive, scary, next level giant. Congratulations again, Hitesh stuff.
Well, thank you, sir. Now, to clarify a few different things, the first question is going to be what's going on here, how is this email going on, and stuff like that. To clarify, you guys don't actually send the email yourself. That's done for you on DSD side. You guys don't actually have to worry about what the responses are. Those responses will be forwarded to you, to your email address, so people can communicate with you. Everything will be branded to you. Everything will be taken care of in that regard, so you don't need to worry about it. The next obvious question, I think, is what does this cost us, right? I mean, everybody's going to be like, well, what's this going to cost? Supremacy sounds really, really awesome. It completely changes the way that you're going to be doing e-commerce. And so we had some very long, spirited discussions about this. And here's what we decided to do, okay? So we had originally planned on releasing this for something around $50 a month, okay? But we tried really hard. We were like, let's reduce this as much as we can, because our policy is that we don't want to make money. That's basically our policy, it seems like, at least. It's more about how can we make this as profitable as possible for our users. So then we decided on a product price, which is $34.95 a month. Now, that's actually based on the fact of how many emails are going to be sent out, because we actually have an actual cost related to mailing servers whenever we are sending emails. So we came up with that price, and then, as you might remember in the email that I sent 3 or 4 days ago about, this is the best time for you to get Elite. Here's what we decided to do. Since Supremacy is really best suited for you if you have Elite, okay? Because that means you're already doing a lot of listings. So what we've decided to do is, first of all, we're going to open access to Supremacy. You'll be able to get Supremacy starting the 15th of September, okay? And you are going to get it for $14.95 a month instead, permanently. But this is only for elite members. Okay, so starting 15th of September, elite users will be able to purchase Supremacy and start using it at $14.95 a month, which basically makes Pro free for you because it removes a $20 a month cost from you, and you can actually take the $20 a month and get Pro for free. Okay, so that is a pretty good deal, I think, overall. It should keep everybody very happy. It makes it very, very cheap, dirt cheap for you guys to work with. And it also makes our affiliates happy because here is a product that, again, ties in and locks in with everything that goes on. It manages everything for you. It's automatically making you a lot more money. And while we're on the topic, when we talk about $14.95 a month, it takes Supremacy would just need to make one sale for you, usually for you to basically make its money back, right? And it's my guess is that if you are selling anywhere close to 100 products a month, you're going to see between 5 to 10 new sales coming in from this. And when you do a targeted push, basically when you send out a mail to all of your previous sales for pushing a seasonal item or something like that, you can actually do extremely well. And I'm talking about multiple thousands of dollars in sales, okay? So here's what's going to happen, making it very clear. 15th of September onwards, it's going to be $14.95 a month just for elite users until the end of the month, until the 30th of September, okay? Then it's going to go up in price to $34.95 a month, and that's when we will open it for everybody else as well, okay? Provide their open spots and all that good stuff. But overall, that's the plan. That gives everybody a very good incentive. If you are in Elite already, awesome. If you're not in Elite, it gives you 2 weeks to work yourself up to Elite. Okay, don't buy Elite right now just for this, but work yourself up to it. Okay, this is like a motivational kick to you. Go ahead and start growing your business quickly, so by the time 15th of September rolls around, you can say, yeah, I can legitimately be using Elite right now and making a lot more money. Okay, so that's the situation with Supremacy. Now, there is one more thing related to this, which Raj, tell me this is a good time to go over the fact that, like I just explained, there is a very, very significant advantage to you if you have been doing Monopoly or you have been doing Genesis, okay? So you do have a very significant advantage in doing with Supremacy if you're doing Genesis or Monopoly, which I know a lot of people don't have, or a lot of people haven't been able to afford. And then there are some people who have gaps in the training because they skipped Monopoly and they went to Genesis, which is fine, totally fine.
Not yet.
But it is beneficial. Sorry, say that again.
I want to touch on something. I know where you're going, and I want to touch on something before you get there.
Okay, so I will stop going there. I will backtrack. Yes. Monopoly. Okay.
Hello.
Yep.
Say Tish. I'll sound like Roger. Okay, so how much, hey, Tish, if you're allowed to say, how much did you do a year prior to DS Domination in sales of you selling products?
I did. I think it was approaching $7 million in sales before DSD.
Okay. We'll say $7 million if it's okay with everybody. So selling $7 million worth of product a year. Now this isn't physical eBay type product. It's training courses and different things like that.
But to clarify, let me clarify one thing though, because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. That wasn't purely from email marketing. I also had a ton of websites and pages ranked, and so there was more than just email marketing in there. But email marketing was definitely a big part of it as well. Just want to clarify that.
Okay. So it's not really good then. No. Here's the question I have for you. Would you rather sell something on eBay and collect that $3 profit, minimum profit in Pro, or would you rather collect that customer's email address that you can market to, and why?
You're asking the question to me, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. There's something called a loss leader, okay, which is actually something that's employed by almost all the major marketing systems out there in the world, including Walmart and such. Amazon does it as well. A loss leader is basically where you're okay with taking a loss because you're going to make more in the long run by taking that loss. So that's actually one of the reasons why Amazon is okay with taking a loss on many of the things that they do. If you look at their financial statements, they actually accept that they take losses on Prime, for example, and they're okay with that because they're actually acquiring new customers who in the long run make more money for them. Okay, so that's one of the situations over here as well. If I had a loss leader that I knew was going to be profitable for me, I would totally do it. And actually, I've done that many times in past, where I would say I would just give all the money that was coming in from the sale of the product. I would turn that around and I would give that to affiliates or something like that. I would not make a penny off of that because I knew that 5 days from then I could actually turn around and make $10,000 more just from the list I built. So that hopefully clarifies the position. But if you're in a position where you can't afford a loss leader, if you don't have any money at all, then you don't want to be selling things at a loss or selling things for free, then you need to be in pro, not in supremacy.
Awesome. But the value of a customer, the point is the value of a customer is so huge, a buyer's list like that it'd be worth, I would rather have the customer than a $3 profit any day if I had that choice, right?
Absolutely. And
Okay.
yes, and there's another thing to that. It also depends on your niche, right? It depends on what kind of items you're selling and the price of those items. To give you a very simple example, this will make a lot of sense. Do you want a list of all the people who go on Groupon and get a Groupon to go buy muffins from a local bakery, or do you want a list of people who have bought a Ferrari in the last 5 years? You obviously want a list of people who bought Ferraris, right? Because those are the guys with the money. Those are the guys who will buy other stuff. That's actually one of the things that we're doing here in Supremacy. When we lay out this whole net of all the items, then what we're doing is we're actually targeting people who we know are in a certain price bracket, people who are actually spending a certain amount of money that will be able to come in and buy our product because we know they've just bought a product for $342. They're definitely going to buy a $38 product just because it's going to complement what they've just purchased. Okay, so it's kind of like why, like Best Buy, for example, will sometimes on their branded products when they have deals going on internally, and same with Walmart, they will sell a TV that legitimately you would not find anywhere else at a loss. They will actually sell it at an $18 loss or $25 loss. And they'll do that simply because you know that by the time you get the installation services done and you get the insurance and all that stuff done, they are going to be in profit. Okay, so it's one of the beauties here. The biggest point over here, though, is with Supremacy, you don't have to have loss leaders. You can be making money while making the list, which then makes you money automatically and makes you money in the long run because you can contact them in the future as well. And then, of course, there's one more thing that we forgot to mention. This also now enables you, if you're an affiliate, to earn commissions on other Supremacy sales. So you have another residual income stream, so to speak, built in from the DST side as well.
Perfect. Let's carry on. Fast forward. Go.
Okay, so fast forwarding to the whole situation with the fact that we have a lot of people who have Unleashed in Genesis, they don't have Monopoly, or they have Monopoly in Genesis, they don't have Unleashed, and things like that. And obviously with Supremacy and things like that, it benefits you guys a whole lot more if you had all of those things. So we've had a lot of discussions about this because the thing that we want to always do is we want to give to our members as much as we can, but we have to have a balance there. For one, we have to make sure that we are doing it the right way. And secondly, we also want to make sure that our affiliates are happy with the situation as well. So we discussed this out, and here's something that we came up with. And one of the good things with our company is that all of the members, all of the leaders that we have on the affiliate side are really nice people themselves. So they're always happy with us doing something for our members, even if that causes a loss of commission for them sometimes. And that's one of the situations that we have come up with. Okay, so what we've decided to do is what's called an all-in-one sale. Okay, and this is basically going to be Genesis plus Monopoly plus Unleashed, okay, for $19.95. Now hold on. I know at the first sign you're going to go, this is insane, this is pricey, and I already have Monopoly, why should I buy this? Here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to go ahead and whatever products you already have, you're going to remove the cost of those products from this price. Okay, so if you already have Genesis and Monopoly, that means you already have a product for $14.99 plus Monopoly for $4.97. Then we basically just give you Unleashed virtually for free. Okay, because you already have Genesis and Monopoly. If you're going to buy the all-in-one package, then we remove those prices for you guys, and you're basically getting Unleashed for no cost. If you already have all of these, then you're fine. Then you don't need to buy anything at all. But what this does for you is this basically makes it so that if you want to buy something, if you wanted to buy Genesis or Monopoly or Unleashed, this will allow you to get whatever is missing from your whole sequence, and you can get it at basically a very, very reduced price. Okay, and this will then tie in, of course, with supremacy and make you a lot more money in the long run. Like we already know, you've probably already seen on Facebook what's going on with Genesis and how much money people are making using it, between the app and between the actual FBAing locally, and then FBAing by bringing in stuff from overseas. We basically are trying to make it as close to free as possible for people who have not purchased these items in the past, who don't have these items already. Okay. Now, on top of that, we will also be giving you, okay, so along with this, since you are going to require UPC codes, we're also going to give you 200 UPC codes. Plus, we're going to give you 3 months of free supremacy. Okay, so you'll be able to use supremacy with this whole setup, and you will also get a secret, nice webinar. We will detail a lot of insider stuff again. Okay, so we decided to call the all-in-one sale package. This will go live on the 7th of September and will last the month. Okay. After that, we'll take it off because this is only because Supremacy is also going to go live on the 15th, and it's going to last until the 30th of September. So until the 30th of September, we're going to have the all-in-one sale, and we're going to have Supremacy at the special price for elites, and there you go. So basically, hopefully, we're trying to make it as close to free as possible for you guys here. So if you wanted Genesis and you weren't able to get it, and it's $1,500 right now, if you already have Monopoly and Unleashed, that already knocks off like $800 off your price. And you get 200 UPC codes, that also is another $200 value, and then you have 3 months of supremacy, and so on and so forth. So whatever you already have, take the price off. You don't have to double pay. This is not an attempt to get you to buy the stuff. And if you are an affiliate, as long as you have any of these products, you are still going to get a commission on this. Okay, you don't have to have the all-in-one sale package yourself. You will still earn commissions on it if you have the individual components. Okay. So,
actual conversation yesterday. But Hitesh, if they have Genesis and Monopoly, they can get Unleashed for $5. Yep, that's true. Okay,
yeah,
just checking. That was an actual conversation yesterday. He's like,
that
yep,
is
true.
exactly what we're doing. So
there we go.
For those of you who want to make more profits and get more cash back and make more money with supremacy and all those wonderful things, this will kind of help you kickstart in the right direction. Okay, so the NBT in the e-commerce world is what we call automated follow-up. Okay, NBT is the next big thing. The next big thing in e-commerce right now is automated follow-up, which we have been doing on the digital side of things already, but here we are doing in the e-commerce world, and that's one of the reasons that Amazon does so well, because they're really, really good at automated follow-up. So now we are basically going to be doing the exact same thing at hopefully a much bigger scale across platforms, not just with Amazon. We're going to do it with people who are buying stuff from us in eBay. We're going to do it with, and we're going to sell stuff that's on Amazon. We're going to sell stuff wherever it is. If you have listings on Bonanza, we can do it that way as well. So that's basically it. And any questions about this?
Hitesh, while they're coming up with their questions, there's a lot of new. I mean, it's just showing, like, what was it, 15,000 new people since Las Vegas. Could you draw out for me while I map out all the software and all the stuff and the whys through each level as they go through, and kind of give them the image that we have of this so far?
Yepity yeps. All right, go.
So it all starts with Pro, and obviously beyond the training that's in Pro to start putting you in profit and start putting money in your pocket, is the title builder and the cropper, which is just, I mean, you just have to have it. It's so necessary for, you learn in Elite why the photo cropper is so amazingly necessary for ranking and stuff like that. And the title builder, you know, to get keywords that you wouldn't otherwise get and put in your title to rank and stuff, well, that's just obvious. So that's our Pro, and that's the kind of the automation that's in there to get you going and put money in your pockets. Like, hey, we give you absolutely everything to get started. And then up at the Elite level, once you graduate and you make $20 or something like that, which is, I don't know who doesn't, if they put the time in. I don't think I've seen it where they put the time in and didn't graduate to Elite. We prove this over and over again on webinars. We say who's making money and the whole screen fills up. Yay. So then when you get to the Elite level, it's big time opportunity, and this was a wrestling match for me. Even when I was doing stores outside of Amazon, I started going, well, man, you know, maybe I could make $6 on this sale. And I was all excited about that. This was a long time ago. And then the first time I made like 20 or 30 or 40, I was like, is this going to work? Positive feedback. We love it. You're awesome. I was like, wait a minute. Whole new world. And that's Elite, and you get to experience that. And now Amazon Cashback's up there in Elite for you. So, I mean, I showed on the last webinar I did on Wednesday for the new Elite members that if you just did $3,000 in sales, which is very easy, you're missing out on $180 in cash back, which is more than what your Elite cost anyway. And then, of course, you're selling globally in Elite all around the world. You're selling on Google in Elite, all the multiple sites, the search techniques and stuff. Just a huge, huge cash cow type thing in there. And then we heard about the eBay changes that were going to happen on the 20th. And I spoke with Hitesh and I said, this is what we need. This is what we need to combat these changes. And he went into his lab and banged it out. Welcome insights, and she brought out insights, and you know, we're tracking. How many items are you tracking, Hitesh, right now?
311,000 something.
Just 311,000. So
and that's live right now. It stops tracking those that I've already sold. So.
Yeah, 311,000 being tracked, a huge task. And at that point, you know, we didn't know exactly how eBay's platform was going to look on the 20th. We don't have that type of insight. So we were, to protect our members, we were setting up going out and getting physical buildings so we could accept returns for international folks and different things like that. And it turns out we didn't have to do that. That's good for us. But we were willing to do that during those steps. Listing integration, you know, on top of insights, and then as you graduate up, we launched this monopoly where you're going to be selling on Amazon, getting your feet wet, drop shipping, but you're actually selling on Amazon. And our next focus is enhancing that and blowing that up and doing webinars very shortly. And then Genesis came out in Las Vegas, and that's about sourcing stuff around the country. And there, the only missing component that Hitesh maybe can talk about now is the launch platform that's in there and what we're going to do for our members.
You want me to talk about it right now?
That'd be awesome.
All right. Well, I can actually show you guys something. Let's see. Give me 1 second, okay? I'm going to log in somewhere. I'm going to pause the screen so you guys are not looking at this. Here we go. So we have this really, really awesome system that we built in the background because it's very easy for us to say, okay, you want to launch a product, fine, we launch the product for you, but what happens if your copy is bad on your Amazon listing or you don't have the right kind of reviews or there's like anything wrong with it? So what we started doing is we actually decided that we're going to go through every single one of the products. We can actually take a look at it and decide, is this okay? Is this person actually going to be making money with this? Okay, so I'm going to show this on our screen really quick so you guys can look at it. Look at this. This is actually something that I'm doing right now. It's a live screenshot. That's why it's taking me a second. Okay, so I am hiding the title names for all of our users. That way you guys are not stealing each other's products, or at least nobody feels that way. Okay, so if you can see my screen, you should be seeing.
There it is.
Okay, this is actually in our admin area. Okay, so there's an admin area of DST as well beyond just what you guys see, and we actually get to see all of the products that have been submitted for Genesis launches. You can see right here. This is actually the page that we're on right now. Okay, so we can actually see all of the Genesis launches that have been submitted. We've been going through this, and we had this discussion yesterday as well. We had this discussion 2 days ago too. We have been looking over these products, and we've actually found that there are actually a fair bit number of people who are not following the directions properly, or they're not doing the right stuff. Okay, so what we're going to start doing is actually we're going to go through and we're going to edit and give some of our feedback on each one to you guys, so you can go ahead and make those fixes before we launch it for you. Okay. Having said that, let me explain what happens when we actually decide to launch it for you. We now go ahead and click this little thing over here, which says approve. Okay, so let's say we looked over your product. We're like, yeah, this is on Amazon. This is great. This guy has a coupon code for pro users. We click on approve. For the next 24 hours, whenever a pro user logs in, they're going to actually receive a little welcome message when they log into DST, and it's going to say, hey, We have an internal product that has been vetted by us. Here is the suggested retail price that you should be selling it at. Here's the minimum profitable price to sell on eBay. Here are the keywords for the item. Here's the best titles for the item, which you can actually use a title builder for as well. And then you go ahead and start selling this on eBay. Okay, and we also tell them how much cashback they'll be able to get, and we give them a special coupon. So they'll actually have, for sure, other DST sellers, the pro users, will have the best price available for this item. So what basically is going to happen is everybody else in DS Domination is going to be selling your Genesis items and drop shipping them from you. Okay, so to put it in simpler terms, you're going to have a sales force of 20,000 people going out there selling this on eBay or Bonanza and other places for you, and they're going to be selling this and sourcing it from you. So you're going to make sales. Whether or not you're making sales on Amazon itself is going to be secondary, because you're going to be making sales from all these other sources anyway. So this whole thing that I showed you guys with supremacy right here, this is going to be not just this, but imagine something like this. It's going to be like a million other places that your items will be sold, and they're all going to be pointing to your item. Okay, they're all going to be sourcing it from you. Okay, so here's what happens when we actually just click this one button, approve. Everything else is already set up in the background. Same time, what happens is we take your item and we put it in a system that we have, which is something that we've talked briefly about before, which basically starts ranking your products on Amazon as well for its related keywords. So you'll start getting traffic from within Amazon because it's ranked. You'll start getting sales from people who are drop shipping for you. You'll start getting sales from FBA itself. You're going to start making sales from supremacy from people who have purchased related items in the past. If you hear a random whistling sound in the background, that's the advanced Indian alarm system. It's a guy outside who's probably about 98 years old, walking down the street, hitting the road with the stick and blowing a whistle, because that's supposed to scare away thieves. I apologize for that, but that will not happen a few days from now, because I'll be back in States very soon. So in all of that, basically what's going on here is that this is all going to be awesome for all of you Genesis guys who have submitted products for launches. There is no limit on how many you can submit for launches. And then here's also what happens. When we approve multiple products, they all go into rotation. Each one will be displayed for 24 hours to the pro users, and we're going to have a new page within the pro membership which is going to say internal approved products. So when somebody joins even DST, it's going to be really, really good for them. Okay, now think for a second. You're actually going to help other people kickstart their eBay business. Here's how. They are going to get started by selling a product that they are definitely going to have profitable margins on, because they're going to have a coupon on it. It's an internal product. They're going to get the best price because you're the guy who's actually sourcing it, right? You're the source of the product. So somebody in pro who has never sold on eBay before is now going to receive all the intelligence they need to sell it, the training they need to sell it, the tools they need to sell it, and they're also going to get the very best possible way to get started, which is with an item that they can sell for a lower price than anybody else who's not a DST member. Okay? So it makes money for you, it makes money for everybody else. This is basically what like a true free market trade looks like. Everybody wins. Okay, it's profitable for everybody. Everybody's going to have great fun with this, and it's going to make all of you very, very successful. And of course, when you have supremacy, now I want you to go a step beyond as well in this. You have supremacy. This is already going on. Okay, if you are just even in pro, you don't have your own products in Genesis and stuff, you can actually drop the link to somebody else's Genesis product with the coupon code and your affiliate link. So you will actually be making money even though it's not your Genesis item that you're launching. Did that part get clarified? I think that's like a little bit more complex than most people realize. So let me explain that one more way. Imagine you're a pro person. You just joined DS Domination. You have never sold before. Okay, so you go in here and you say, I'm going to start selling something. What do I sell? Of course, there's this beautiful little welcome screen that says, hey, here's a great product that you can sell. Okay, currently selling on Amazon for $55, but you have a 10% off coupon code, because this is by a Genesis user in DST. You get a 10% off coupon code. Okay, so that means you can get it for $50, which means you're going to have a head start over the non-DST users out there. So you go out there and you start selling on eBay with the tools and everything and training and everything else that we give you already. And if you have supremacy now, okay, you get supremacy. When your item sells on eBay, here's what you do. You take another Genesis product that is related. Okay, this one was for $50. Let's say there's another Genesis product that's for $25. Here's what you do. You set up an automated email that goes out and says, hey, name, you just bought X from me on eBay for $50. As a thank you, here's a 10% off coupon code on Y for $25, and you can get it here. Okay. Now this link that you give, the here link, is actually going to be your Amazon affiliate link. When your buyer from eBay clicks on this, here's what happens. They get 10% off on this product that they want to buy. Somebody else who's in Genesis and DST just made a sale. Okay, so they're going to be pretty happy as well. And at the same time, you're going to get your 4% to 6% affiliate commission from Amazon as well. So you're going to end up making a small amount of money on this, even though you didn't source the product, you didn't set up the product, it's not your own Genesis product. You have just started selling for the first time on the internet, and you are already going to be making money from multiple sources and have this whole thing set up for you. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is this is a little complex for you to wrap your head around in 1 second, because you are just being introduced to this. It's been, fermenting in my head for a while, so it's easier for me to understand. But in the future, when we already have an insane success, or we already have an insane number of people who are successful immediately, but this is going to make it even easier for them to be successful in the future, and it's going to also improve retention rates further. It's going to do all sorts of good stuff, and it's going to benefit all of our Genesis members even more, because when you launch a product and you submit it into the system, it's not, oh, we launched it for you and it's done. You're going to have a perpetual sales force that's always going to be looking for new products to sell. They're always going to be linking it with each other, and then Supremacy is going to just take you to the next level and sell those for you as well. Okay, so in a nutshell, if you didn't pay attention to anything that was on here in this hodgepodge mess that you see on the screen, if you ignore all of that, basically we are saying, if you have Genesis, we're going to get you a ton of sales from pro users, from Supremacy, from all sorts of good stuff. If you're a pro member, you're going to make a bunch of money off of that. If you're in lead, you'll be getting Supremacy for a much better price than everybody else, and you'll be able to use this to truly establish market dominance. And you can take over an entire niche and just make insane amounts of money there. Basically, it's all very, very good news for all of our members. Okay, so if this is not clear, please say something, and we will clarify it a bit more. But more so than that, understand this. We are giving you a glimpse of what's coming. I'm actually going to have very specific tutorial videos made on this. We're going to actually show you exactly how the whole thing works. You don't have to understand the ins and outs of this right now. We're going to give you tutorial videos on that, and we're going to give you all the specific links and so on. Okay? So don't hurt your head over this is basically what I'm trying to say at this point.
I'll add to that. I saw a question that rolled across that said, "What's this cash back from Amazon?" And we roll out so much stuff that someone that's been with us since the beginning, they're the person that gets all of this, and they're like, "Oh wow, now I get this and I get this," and they're used to nonstop love from us and getting more and more great stuff, and they've been with us the entire time and they get it. Well, when you're plugging in and you're halfway there, or you're at a certain level and stuff, and you're missing different things, we understand that. Just recognize what you have to hold on to is people are doing millions and millions and millions of dollars in sales through our platform each week on eBay. Just everybody's that's engaged with it is doing very well. There's different levels to build up through, and it just depends on how much more money you want to make. Now we're going to get very good now at sending out emails and guiding you. Hey, if you're only in pro, here's what Elite's all about. The onus, the responsibility is on you to just read that email and understand it. Because if you miss that snippet of information, and you did $5,000 in sales on eBay, and you're purchasing from Amazon, you're missing out on $300 cash because you didn't read an email. Well, you got to just kind of stay in tune with that and make sure that you read those emails and you get it and you hop on the webinars and just engage is all. So there's a lot here to absorb. You're not supposed to get it all unless you've been with us for quite some time. But just make sure you're engaged when the emails roll out from us and the information comes out from us and the guidance comes out from us. We're not rip-roaring trying to sell you a bunch of stuff. You'll notice that with us. We're just, here it is, whatever you want to do. So back to you, Atesh.
Thank you. Somebody just asked, what are the requirements of Genesis product launch? All you have to do is go into Genesis area. Here's actually exactly what it looks like. Go to Genesis, and you will see the drop down a little thing that says Genesis product launch. And you just have to fill this out. You put in your product title, product description, your ASIN. You click these buttons, and it's going to start doing keywords and Amazon coupon code and all that good stuff. Okay, which actually just reminded me of a really fun thing just for Genesis members. You can see this little option right here, share my product with other Genesis users for reviews. You can, it's kind of self-explanatory. If you're in Genesis, you understand what that means. You have that option now. If you check it, then you will be able to as well. Now, in case you think you have a really proprietary item, you don't want to share that with anybody else in Genesis, then just leave it unchecked and that'll never be shared. But that's just a little tiny snippet of wonderful thing for Genesis users as well. Okay. All right. I'm going to walk through a couple of things. There's be confusion about it. So let me walk through two things. Okay. First of all, let me clarify the supremacy, pricing, and all that good stuff. Okay. Let me answer this question. Come screen with Genesis launch items go live. As soon as we are done going through the remaining products, we have about 60 more products left to go through in Genesis. As soon as we go through all of those, we're going to make it live for everyone. Okay. Okay. Do we have to wait? Okay. So let me walk you guys through the all-in-one bundle. So it's very clear. Okay, the all-in-one bundle goes like this. You will receive an email on the 7th, okay? And also opt the back office for all-in-one package. Okay? So you're going to see these two things. You're going to see you'll receive an email and you will see an all-in-one package. When you click on that, it's going to take you to a page that's going to be a checkout page. On that page, you'll be able to see what's to be sold, okay? What's to be sold, what's to be what, and basically what it'll cost you. That page will automatically look at your account and say, let's say Karen goes on there. Karen already has Monopoly and she already has Genesis, so she should get those discounts. So she's going to get almost $1,990 in discount, so it's going to be like $5 for Genesis. The checkout will literally say, for $5 you get Unleashed, and you get this, and you get this, and you get this, and you're going to get everything. Okay. Also, if you have, instead of Monopoly and Genesis, if you have Monopoly and Unleashed, then you're going to get the lowest price possible because of that on Genesis, because you're going to get the Monopoly price of $500 taken off, you're going to get $250 taken off, so you're going to have $750 discounted on the package. It's going to be $1,250. Okay. That's basically how the all-in-one package works. So all you have to do at this point is watch for an email. We will explain it again in the email very clearly with a video. We'll what the all-in-one bundle is, and you will get a link to it, and you'll be able to take a look at that. Okay. So that's the all-in-one bundle. Do you have any questions about that right now? Okay. Oh, and just to clarify this, yes, I know this sounds kind of dumb on our part, but we decided yes. Even if you got Genesis before now at a lower price, we're going to give you the current discount. Okay. So you guys can celebrate that as well. Okay.
Celebrate.
That's the all-in-one bundle. The second thing that's going to come in is supremacy. Supremacy, like we mentioned, is really ideally suited for elite. You absolutely can, but it's ideally suited for elite people. And here's what we're going to do. If you are elite, okay, if you are an elite user, you get the option to purchase supremacy at $14.95 from September 15. So over those 15 days, you will have the ability to purchase supremacy at $14.95 a month if you're an elite user. If you're not an elite user, you will not be able to purchase supremacy at all until after the 30th of September. Okay.
You didn't mention there's a limit on
price
how many
on
there
supremacy.
is. You've never mentioned there's a limit on how many
that's where I'm
supremacy
going. That's
okay.
where I was going.
Okay.
Yes, that is what I was going to do. So after 30th of September, the price goes up to $34.95 per month and opens to everyone. However, Supremacy as a whole, okay, just because we have mailing server things as well. If you have 1,000 members in there who are making 10 sales a day, we have 10,000 minimum emails that are going out and so on. We just want to make sure that we grow properly. Okay, so what's going to happen here is if we have more spots available, then you'll be able to buy it. Otherwise, it's going to say, sorry, we're all sold out. You can't buy any more right now. Okay, so it's limited to 1,000 members, which like we have what 6 times that at least of elite people who already want to buy Supremacy. Okay, remember you will always just pay $14.95 for Supremacy. Okay, if you cancel your elite or if you're not elite in the future, then it's going to be regular. Okay, but overall you get it at $14.95 a month, and that's your locked-in price. In a way, we're making your Pro free with this because you're paying $20 less than everybody else on Supremacy, and you could just use that towards Pro, and basically your Pro becomes free then. Okay, so we will open Supremacy again after 1,000 members are reached, once we made sure that everything is working properly and it's stable, and we get more mailing servers and so on and so forth. Okay. All right. The next question that's related to this is, what about listing integration? Okay, what happens with listing integration? Listing integration currently already tracks everything from Amazon, which is the major supplier for most of the people in DST. Sources in Elite, one starts with an O and the other one starts with a W, to give you guys an idea. And both of those are also now ready to be done. Okay, so basically starting the 15th, when we make Supremacy live, at the same time listing integration will also track products in terms of price and so on from these other sources as well. Okay, you know what, actually just scrap that. I'll be in a plane for the next 21 hours starting tomorrow. After that we will land, let's just say 3 days, 16 hours. So I'll need 16 hours total. Let's say 4th of September onwards, it will track the elite sources as well. Okay, way faster than the 15th, if that works. If you do not have an email list, then Supremacy does not work. No, absolutely wrong. No, Larry, you don't need an email list with Supremacy is the point. We become your email list. We take care of whenever you make a sale on eBay, that automatically becomes a part of your list, and we start sending the mails for you. Okay. And when can you buy Supremacy? Supremacy will be available for sale on September 15th, starting September 15th. Okay. Again, you're going to receive 2 things. You're going to receive an email, plus you will see Supremacy in your back office. So you will be able to click on that and watch a video about it. You'll receive an email about it. You'll be able to start taking care of that right away. Okay. Oh, and there was a question that I'll just address very quickly. If you don't know what this means, that's totally fine. Only a few people know about it anyway. But if you are a founder, you do not pay for Supremacy. Okay. Will the list be retroactive? Yes. Okay, that's actually one of the brilliant parts about Supremacy that I really should have highlighted a little bit more. Let's say that until now you've sold 3,000 products in Supremacy on your eBay account. Let's say you started 2 months ago and you've sold 1,000 listings, 1,000 items on eBay. It will actually pull in that data and allow you to reach out to those 1,000 people that you've sold products to in the past. So many of you who have already been selling, who are in Elite, when you get in there, it's not like you're gonna have to wait for Supremacy to start kicking in. It's gonna start kicking in day 1. And if you have a new product that you want to push to your list because you're in the same niche, you can do that immediately as well. Okay, so the day Supremacy comes out, you will have the ability to contact people in the past who have already purchased items from you. Okay.
You know, if this existed when I was doing eBay, I'd have 100,000 person plus buyers list. That's crazy.
Yep, exactly. Supremacy will go back 3 months into history and get it for you, okay? Which should be fine because most of you have been doing majority of your sales, hopefully in the last 3 months. So in the last 3 months, if you've been selling, it'll pull in all of those. That's just eBay's limitation. Okay, it doesn't go beyond 90 days. Okay. And I'll give you another inspiration for this idea. I gave you the example of the guy who actually did the Halloween costumes and stuff. Another guy that we know who does about $20 million or so per year on eBay sales. We were actually trying to work out something where we would actually contact his email list for him and do stuff for him. That was actually one of the inspirations to build something like this. So I know how powerful this thing can be, and it's going to be extremely powerful for everybody. Now, to clarify, we're all in one bundle. I'm going to type this out one more time. Okay, Unleashed plus Monopoly plus Genesis. I'll note this $14.99 value. Unleashed is $2.49 value. Monopoly is $4.99. Genesis is this, plus 200 UPC codes, which Roger is what? 200 bucks?
At least, yes.
Okay, at least 200, plus 3 months of Supremacy, which is MasterCard commercial. Basically, I'm trying to say it's priceless. And you get special webinars. Okay, a special webinar, not webinars, a special webinar. Okay, so from here on out, here's what your game plan should be. Okay, so let's clarify everything. Here's what you should be aiming for from this moment on. First of all, you need to be aiming to get to the elite level. Okay, you need to try and get to elite level soonish. Okay, you have some time. We're not trying to rush you into it, but be motivated right now. Okay, be motivated. Try and get as many listings as you can get up. Don't get lazy about it. Call eBay up and request them that you want to put more listings up right now. They are usually very happy about that. They will allow you to sell more. Go ahead and do that. And okay, just try and get as many listings up as you can. Once Supremacy rolls out, get Supremacy, and it'll go in and it'll integrate with all of your existing listings. You'll start sending out messages to all your members and start making sales off of that. That should be your game plan from this moment on. Okay, the all-in-one bundle is something that you need to think about. If you already have Elite right now, or if you've already been doing a lot of sales, you're already making money, and you really either want to get Genesis and you've just been holding off, or you've been thinking about getting one of the other items, and you're like, I don't know if I can afford this, because in this situation, you can basically get Unleashed for virtually free. Okay, that's kind of what we have set this up as. It's a good side effect of how we set it up. So the total cost is going to be $19.95 of this minus the values that I've listed there. So if you have Genesis, it'll be minus $14.99. If you have Unleash, it'll be minus $2.49. If you have Monopoly, it'll be minus $4.99. Okay, so that's how that's going to go. Whatever items you already own. Okay. Now, in terms of the commissionability of the all-in-one bundle, the all-in-one bundle, for as far as the affiliates are concerned, it is commissionable the same as Genesis. Okay, so the commission structure on this is going to be exactly the same as Genesis. It's going to be 3 tiers deep and so on. You just need to have the products themselves. You do not need to buy the all-in-one bundle to qualify if you're an affiliate. Okay, and that's basically the situation. If you already have Unleash, Monopoly, and Genesis, then you obviously don't need to buy the all-in-one bundle. It won't be available to you then. It's just going to detect that. It's going to say, oh, you guys already have everything. You don't need to buy this now. Okay? Will Supremacy work with UK Amazon? Yeah, okay, down the road. Nice to see you here, Kevin. I'm glad you could make it. This is Kevin. Yes, Supremacy will work with UK Amazon down the road. Right now, as you can imagine, vast majority of the sales are done from the Amazon US version, so that's the .com version, so that's what we are doing with. Okay. Okay, the question about do people have to opt in first? No, they do not have to opt in when they actually purchase an item from you. Okay, when they purchase an item, you're sending them an email saying, hey, you just bought this from me. Thank you. Here's a coupon. They're not going to go to Amazon and complain about you. Okay, that's just not going to happen. But you don't have to worry about the spam issue either, because we are the ones who are actually handling all the mailing on your behalf. So we already take care of that for you. Okay, you don't have to get them to opt in somewhere and then send the messages. We already send the messages on your behalf, so you don't need to worry about it. Does it go through their eBay email inbox or their personal email outside of it? It'll go to the email that they've actually given that they want to be contacted on. Okay, so if somebody buys an item from you and they say, contact me on this email, then that's the email we're going to contact them on. Okay. There's a question, Roger.
Yep.
Which I had not thought about, which is Extreme included in the all-in-one bundle? As you can see, it's not included, but after the webinar, we'll discuss once more to see if there's something we can do about it. But as of right now, no, it is not included, because Extreme is really designed for affiliates. That's not part of your drop shipping business or your e-commerce business, so to speak. Okay, so this is really just for the all-in-one bundle. Is really for our customers. It's not really designed for affiliates. Okay, so that's why we don't have Extreme in here. Now, the final date, the ending date for this will be the 30th of September. Okay, so 30th of September, all-in-one bundle sale is going to end. The Supremacy sale is going to end. It's going to become available to everybody else who are also not elite members. So that's what's going to happen. So you have until the 30th of September to really, you know, get going on stuff. This is not a high-pressure sale or something like that. Get this if it fits what you're trying to do. Get this if it makes sense for you, and you have some time to make that happen. Okay.
And you phrased it perfectly, where you said, you know, no pressure, but be motivated. Your goal again is to start thinking about at least getting into elite, and we're focusing on the times. You're going into Christmas very soon. It's insanity. I do webinars to guide you through Christmas. It's insane sales, it's insane money for you. It's just how many weapons do you want to have going into Christmas? So we're trying to nudge you without being pushy for your benefit. So we know it works. We showed the top of the hour, $6 million, $7 million a week in sales or something crazy. We've been doing this for quite some time now. People have been making money for quite some time. And we know that you can go through that pro training in 2 hours and 40 minutes or so, get listings up, start making sales if you're motivated to do so. So first focus is to get into elite in the very near future, so you can take advantage of the supremacy thing to set yourself up for life at an incredible discount, and then start thinking about all the other things that you don't have and take advantage of the all-in-one bundle when you're ready. I guess that would be the theme so far.
Yepers, exactly.
Yeah.
And
have you guys ever seen? Hey, what's up, guys?
Look at that.
So, most
look at that. Well, actually, don't look at that. Just listen to that. Listen to that.
Yeah, they can't see me yet. So
Security.
I mean, I just
Security.
want to say something here, because this is silliness. Most companies come out and say, here's an all-in-one. Go ahead and get all in, or do all these things. You go purchase stuff, spend more money with us. And we're in a situation where we were looking at how can we get more people into products for a discounted price, and some of you are going to pick up products for free, and that's very exciting to us. So just want to toss that out there. This is not the smartest move for us as business owners, but as far as a financial standpoint, but I hope you guys can see up until this point, everything that we've done has been motivated by helping you succeed, and this is just an extension of that. So just want to toss that out there.
All right. Very good timing, Kevin, because there was just a question from John Unk regarding, I think it was Unk, I'm sorry if I did not read that right. He was asking what happened with that options gig. And this is like the perfect timing, because you're just wrapping this all stuff up. Yes, so just 1 second. Let's clarify this. So far you guys can see that your income levels are going to hit a completely different level with supremacy and what that's going to do with elite, what's going to happen in there with the cashback and all that good stuff, with the all-in-one bundle and the fact that you'll be able to do your Genesis products and the product launches and all the wonderful stuff. Okay, that's the next big thing within e-commerce industry. Okay, we actually are going to have people flocking to us from outside of DS Domination just to use supremacy. Okay, because it's a game changer in that regard. But what's the next best thing overall? Okay, outside of e-commerce. Okay, so that is something that we refer to as monetary mitosis. Okay, and I think that's Kevin's echo. So let's go ahead and Kevin, can you mute yourself for just a second? Okay. All right, beautiful. So with monetary mitosis, the idea is this. Okay, this is kind of what we've built so far. Pro is your beginning. Okay, elite is your scaling up. Okay, kind of your full-time thing. Genesis is your big business's beginning, right? It's your big business that you're gonna begin and source products and things like that. Supremacy is your automated domination in a niche, okay, in a market or in a particular niche. Now, you have all this money coming in from all these areas. What are we going to do with that? The next step to all of this is what we call monetary mitosis, which is the next step up beyond just what we're doing so far in DSD. Okay, that's where we're going to take the money that we've made so far and we're going to multiply it dramatically, hopefully. And what we've been doing for a while is we wanted to run some case studies. Now, I would not be a very good case study because I've done it before, right? So we wanted to test this out. It's like we don't test out our products by asking Roger if he can sell on eBay. You know, we don't come up with a strategy and go, hey, Roger, can you make sales with this? Well, obviously he can. He's done it for a decade. But what we want to do is instead we want to have somebody who has never sold on eBay or is not a marketer, who is brand new, to try it out and see what kind of results they get. So that's what we did with this monetary mitosis. We basically had Kevin, who has not done this before, try this thing out. Okay, so Kevin, I would like you to come on here, share your results, show what has happened, and this is, again, just like DS Domination. Remember what we said, you have to be able to make money without recruiting others. This is the same thing. You're going to make money without recruiting others, but even beyond that, you're going to make money without making any sales at all. Okay, so here you go, Kevin.
We're not a hype company, but I can't shut up here. I just want to like scream right now. So, okay, I'll just shut up. Go ahead.
All right, Kevin, please go ahead.
Okay, what screen are you guys seeing right now? Just want to clarify. Are you seeing a picture of my wife?
We see Kenji petting you.
Okay.
Oh, you beat me by a second.
All right. You got Kenji petting me. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and open up. I always tell people take screenshots of things as you're doing them, and I've been taking some screenshots of my results with trading using the options domination model. Okay, the platform. And it's been very, very exciting, very exciting. And before, I had never done this. Okay, and I've been doing this for about 45 days at the most, right? It's probably closer to 30. And I went from doing a lot of $5 trades, and you'll see here how I kind of progressed, and I still go back and forth. But
okay,
the results.
Can we clarify something? Can we clarify why you're doing $5 trades? It's because we are trying to pretend like Kevin is the average person.
Yes.
He doesn't have money. He's just trying to make money right now. He doesn't know about how to do any of this stuff. eBay has banned him. Amazon hates him. He's overseas. His credit cards are banned. What can he possibly do in life? That's why he does $5 trades.
Yes. So exactly. So when we started doing this, I did it from a standpoint of somebody who, let's say, they only had not a lot of money to start out with, not a lot of money to get going with, and wanted to ramp up an account and see how we could do with this. And to be honest, my first couple of trades were not so good until I went back to the training and saw something I missed and said, whoa, okay, I missed that. and you know, 4 trades in, it was win city. So here's some snapshot of my trades, guys, and I've made sure that you know, whenever I take snapshots, I love seeing losses because it kind of gives you an idea of the averages. But these are all $5 trades, and what you're seeing here is $5 right here is the investment, and here's the payout, $8.50. Can you guys all see that? And you'll see 1. That means I made $3.50 every single time. Now there's a couple losses here, all right, but these are 15 trades, 15 trades, and out of those 15 trades, I'm winning on average 12 to 13 out of 15 trades, guys. That is insane. I've never seen anything like that before. Never seen anything like that before. So let me move on and show you some more. This is actually another snapshot. We got another loss in here and a tie, but overall we got 13 wins out of 15 trades. Those numbers are astronomical. Check this out. This is actually I was on a kick where I wanted to get actually 101 trades in a row, where I had spent $5 and made $3.50 100 times in a row without losing. I couldn't do it, but I got to somewhere around 60, which is still very impressive, before I lost my first trade on that run. So insanity, guys. But there's a lot of you that are going to want to ramp things up, and I'll show you this. All right, so here we go. We're ramping it up to $20 trades, okay? We have $20 trades. There's a couple ties in here. Let me see if there's a loss on this one. There's no loss here. I tried to make sure I included losses, Hitesh. Okay.
Yep, I see that.
Sorry about that. So $20 trade, $14 in profit, okay? So on this page right here, we've got 13 wins and 2 ties, which means I'm not out anything, I didn't lose anything, I just tied on it, okay? So that's 13 trades. Guys, that's $182 in this trading span of what, an hour or so? If you look at the timestamp on here, it's about an hour-ish. Let's move on. Let's take a look at some more. Okay, so I got a couple losses here, and this spans, check this out, this spans actually like 15 minutes of trading. Okay, 15 minutes of trading. Can you guys see this? The timestamp on here, 05:24, and then I move up to 05:44. So what are you going to do with that? It's like 20 minutes, right? And let's take a look at the profits here. I've got...
By the way, if you guys don't understand what's going on here, that's totally fine. This is a marketing strategy where we completely confuse people first, and then we try explaining what it is, and then you're like, oh, these people are amazing. They explained this really complex thing to me. So that's really what we're doing right now.
Yeah. So this is $182 in profits that I made, and I'm sorry, my dog's sneezing in the background. There's $189 in profits that I made here in like 20 minutes. And this is really to kind of show you guys what is possible with this. You're going to see a lot of videos coming out and a lot of things coming out of me showing you more on this. But just know we've got a trading platform in place that actually works. I like this snapshot too because I've got some losses in here. But these are, let me go back, these are $50 trades, right? So if I make a $50 trade, I actually, if I win that trade and I'm correct saying that the market's going to go up or the market's going to go down, and when I say I'm correct, what I mean is I look at my signals. I look at my signals, and if it says one,
okay,
if it says
don't
trade,
confuse
I trade.
them with signals, because then they won't understand what signals mean. Let's go back and explain a little bit what's really going on. Okay, what trading even means first. What basically is happening is you see those flags over there, those flags of this world, of different nations. That's over there showing what currencies are being traded. Okay, but we're not doing forex trading. Okay, we are not doing actual forex trading. What we're doing is we're doing binary option trading, where essentially we are predicting whether the market, whether the price is going to be above a certain point or below a certain point in the near future. So when you see that word put with the red arrow, that's basically Kevin saying that in a certain period of time, let's say 5 minutes from now, this particular currency pair is going to be lower than what it is at this point. And you see that when he's correct, he says he puts $50, and when he's correct, he makes $85. So he's not having to deal with buying a currency and then waiting for the price changes and putting in stop losses and making a trade on that and stuff. That's not what's going on here. This is a very, very, very simplistic version of it. It's basically called binaries because you only have 2 options. Okay. Now, like all other things in life, this requires some navigation through it. Okay, because there are a lot of people who try trading and a lot of people who lose money doing it, just like a lot of people try to do e-commerce and they lose money doing it, or try to make money online, they lose money doing it, until you have a very, very good system and a platform that makes sure that you're actually going to be successful. Okay, now there are three ways to make sure that you're successful. The first one is to make sure that you're winning majority of the time. That's basically what Kevin is showing you. He's showing you that majority of the time he's winning. He's winning like 80% or more of the times, actually more like 90%, but this is for the sake of simplicity and conservatism. So if you're winning 80% of the time, then you're going to be successful, because as long as you're making the same volume of trade, then you're going to be successful with a profitable win rate like that. That's the first thing. The second thing is, this is the fun part. Okay, so follow along with us on this, and this is why we didn't launch this in the beginning, why we had to wait until this moment. Okay, what if we could make it so that you could trade but not with your own money, which means when you won you got to keep the money, but when you lost you didn't lose your money? Would that not be pretty much insane? And that is pretty much we are trying to set up for you guys with this. And when I say trying to set it up for you, it's more like it's already been set up. We're already running some tests on it. This is what Kevin is showing you. He's been running a test on this. Actually, Kev, I'm going to give you the link to my account screenshot quick here if you want to share that with people. There, I just put it in the chat in the box within GoToWebinar. If you want to click on that, you can open that on the screen.
Yeah.
And let me clarify a few of the things. This is not going to be, and what Kevin was showing was $5 accounts and things like that. Here's one of my accounts, as you can see. That's one of my accounts there with the $130,000. I obviously don't do $5 trades. I do different level trades, but I'm not a good test subject because I've done this before. So that's why Kevin is a great test subject, because he's doing it the way that everybody else would be doing it as well. And what we have basically come to is a point where you guys can trade. You can do it without risk. You can do it purely with profits. And while you're doing this and making money with this, you will also be making money on the affiliate side, which is the other reason why we're talking about it on this webinar. Okay, so Kevin isn't the only person that has been trained on this. There are a few other people that we have walked through the strategy and the training and things like that. And we have basically made it completely hands-free. All you guys have to do is one or two things. Get on a webinar, and we get on a webinar together, and we make money together on the webinar. It'd be like this. It'd be like if we got on a webinar and we all put up items for sale on eBay, and we all sold the items for sale on eBay while we were still made money. Okay, that's basically what we're aiming to do. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing that we're trying to do, that we're aiming for, is trying to make it completely hands-free for you guys. Okay, because we all know how much people love automate stuff. I don't think anybody else loves automation as much as I do. So we're trying to make it hands-free. And there's nobody in this world who loves risk-free stuff as much as Roger does. So we're trying to make it completely risk-free for you guys as well. So on the product side of things, you basically only have to guess, is the market value of this particular currency pair, like you see there, USD JPY, those are the flags of United States and Japan, is the USD JPY pair going to be cheaper or more expensive? Is the price value going to be higher or lower 5 minutes from now or a minute from now? Okay, and that's exactly what Kevin is doing there. So he said the value is going to be less than what it is right now in 1 minute. You see that it was 103.724, and then it changed to 103.721 when the market closed exactly 1 minute later. You see that's 2 o'clock and 8 minutes and 13 seconds, and it closes at 2 o'clock and 9 minutes and 13 seconds. And he basically made $350 in that 1 minute period. Okay, so in that 60 seconds, he made $350. The one below that, he also made $350 in 60 seconds. And the one below that, he made $350 in 5 minutes. Okay, as you can see, they were all done on the same day. Actually, this was on 28th, and the other two were on the 29th, so day before yesterday. And that's basically what this whole new thing is. It's like one of those things that people haven't heard about. It's kind of like the Genesis app or even eBay in some ways. If you ask the average person who is shopping at Walmart, you go to them and you show them the Genesis app and you go, hey, did you know that you can make money while you're shopping here? They're going to be like, what? No. Like, obviously they don't know. 99.9% of the people don't know about it. This is one of those things. 99% of the people out there just don't know about it. And those who do know about it usually don't have the right approach and strategy to it. Exactly how DST works. People who do know about eBay and selling don't know about all the ins and outs and all the tricks to it. And those who do know all the ins and outs and the tricks to it, they don't have the power of the entire platform like we have in DST. So that is basically what options domination is. It's the next step beyond DS domination, because in DS domination, you're still exchanging time for money. And here we're going to be exchanging money for money, hopefully some money for a lot more money. And that's what options domination does. Okay, now we'll have a whole other session about how options work and what options are and all that good stuff. We can talk about that. It's fun financial stuff. But I think the more pertinent question is going to be, how is this stuff going to work? How do we make it risk-free for you? How quickly do we get paid out on this? When do we get started with this, and so on? And of course, how does DST fit into this whole picture? So here's how DST fits into this whole picture. We are going to be importing everybody who is in DS domination. We're going to be importing all of you guys into this new options domination system, where we actually have not just a product where you make money without recruiting, you also make money without recruiting on the compensation plan. Okay, and if you were on the webinar in July, we kind of went over it and I showed you guys some of the numbers that we had projected. But basically, we're going to have a compensation plan that's never been done before in history, where everybody in the company actually does receive some payout every single month. And it's possible to make a lot of money without recruiting, but if you do recruit, if you do actively go out there and an affiliate, then you make a lot more money. Again, though, I want to emphasize, you do not need to at all even think about the affiliate side with this, because you can purely be making money just on the member side, just on the product side, exactly how we have it in DS domination right now. Okay. Now, the risk-free trades that I mentioned is basically a system that it's basically something that we have been able to negotiate because of the massive power that we have right now. We have been able to negotiate certain things with different brokers out there. All of the brokers that we work with are completely regulated and compliant, and so we have no problem with that at all. And we've actually been able to negotiate something called risk-free trades for you guys. Okay, and it's going to allow you guys to take some trades without risking your actual money. Okay, when you see this, that Kevin took a trade with $100 investment and got a payout of 170, you will actually be able to take a $100 trade, but if you lost that trade, you would not lose the $100. Okay, now that's not going to happen forever. It's going to be for a short time, but the primary thing there is this: if you could take, let's say, 4 risk-free trades with $100, you could make a potential $280, and you would not have to actually risk your money at all. Okay, and you could just pull that out. You can pull your $100 back out, and then you can go ahead and just trade with the $280 that you made. Okay, that's basically what we had Kevin doing. That's why he was doing all those $5 trades, because he wanted to see what would happen with the $5 trades if he could do it with very small volumes. So to summarize all of this is, we have a new thing which makes sure that you make money without having to recruit anybody on the customer side, without having to make any sales, without having to do anything else. Okay. On the affiliate side, who's interested about hearing about the affiliate side? Because if like 95% of people on this webinar are purely just our customers, then I don't want to even talk about the affiliate side. But if you're interested about the affiliate side and trying to understand it, we'll go over that a bit.
Real quick, Hitesh, before you move into that, I want to say this. So you guys usually, if you talk to me, if you see me on a webinar, if you see a video of mine, I'm pretty low key. It takes a lot to get me excited about anything. It takes a lot, because I've been in this industry for a while. I've seen so many things. We've done so many things. It takes a lot to get me excited about a product. And I haven't been this excited in I don't know how long. It's my excitement level for this is insane. And I'll tell you, these $5 trades that I love to take, the real reason why I love to take these is, one, it simulates what the person can do walking into this if they have a small budget. Okay, but two, more importantly, for me, it's scalable. Whenever you're doing a business model, one of the first things you want to look at is this business model scalable? Meaning, can I do something on a small level and get those same results on a big level? Can I make this and ramp this up to a giant business? And if you can, and with this business model, yes, you can. You can take $5 trades and you can take $500 trades. That is a scalable business model. So if you're winning on the micro level, you can go win on the macro level. And if you see this $500 trades right here, this is like $500 worth of profit in a matter of minutes. So I can't stress how just revolutionary this product will be once we bring it to the market, number one. But number two, this is a scalable business model. You can always take it bigger. You can always have a bigger business over time with this business model, and you can't say that for every other industry that's out there. We have caps on us, we have limitations as people. But with this, your limitations, and for the most part, are removed. You can do $5 trades or $500 trades. You can make $100, or you can make $10,000 in that same period. All right, so let me turn it back over to you, Tash, and but that is something that has got me very
hold on,
excited.
Don't turn it over to me yet. Don't turn it over to me yet, because I suspect that my internet is going in and out. So I don't know if people will actually be able to follow what I'm doing. See, could you hear me just now?
I meant verbally. Yes,
okay,
we can hear you.
see,
We can hear you.
Yeah, okay, there's like cutting out on my side. Okay, we definitely want to go over the affiliate side as well, but let me address a very quick question. There's nothing mathematical about this. It's actually so simple that there's literally no math. In fact, there's more math involved in DST right now because you have to calculate your profit margins and you have to calculate your fees and stuff. There's nothing like that in this. So this is easier in that regard. But it is the next step up. Okay, what that means is DST, you can come in with basically no money at all and start doing it and start making money. But with this, you do require some beginning deposit. Okay, now we'll go into all those specifics later because I don't want to distract from the reality, which is, for now, the big giant thing is to focus on getting elite, getting supremacy, scaling up your Genesis and everything else, and getting that automated. Okay, the reason why I'm so like we need to get supremacy out is because supremacy will help you automate a lot of your business. It'll help you keep your follow-ups going. It's going to make sure that you're making money on that side, and that business needs to keep scaling up by itself, so you can actually focus on this at the same time. Okay, this is going to happen after September 30th for sure. Okay, if you're not going to release this until then, there's no way we're going to release it until then, because that's when the deadlines for supremacy end, and that's when the deadline for everything else ends. Okay, so it's going to happen after the 30th of September for sure. Okay, we're going to announce a very specific date for you guys now that we have our case studies done, we have our test results, we have all that good stuff. We wanted to make sure everybody could do this. We are going to put it out there sometime in October then. Okay, now let's talk about the affiliate side of this, because that's the other reason why we are sharing this with you guys right now. Okay, the reason we are sharing this with you guys right now is because we want to make sure that our affiliates and potential affiliates understand, and I said this back in July as well, I said right now is the time, you guys who have not become affiliates and are not building an affiliate business right now, you really should consider start doing that right now, because in the near future we're going to release something that will completely change the landscape in terms of how much money you can make as an affiliate. And the reason for that is options domination. The reason is we're going to import everybody from DS Domination into the system, and when we import them in, we are going to preserve who referred whom in DS Domination. So if you referred 100 people into DS Domination, you are going to keep those 100 people as your genealogy in options domination as well. Okay, and the way options domination affiliate payout is set up, you're going to make a whole lot more money, and all of the people, those 100 people, are going to make a whole lot more money, not just from the product itself, but also from the affiliate side of it. Kev, do you want to start drawing the thing? And am I still coming in clear, or is it cutting out?
You're coming in perfect.
You're coming
okay,
in
beautiful.
Clear.
Then,
if you
okay, then I'll just go ahead. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do this. All right, so let's do this thing. Okay, so in options domination, we decided to do something unique, which is kind of the thing that we do best, unique things. We have a donut addict and a guy with a very strong Indian accent and a person from Japan who has dogs sneezing in the background as the owners of the company. So we always do kind of things that are out there. So here's one of the out there things that we came up with this time. The out there thing is what is going to be called the trimatrix or reversed, inverted, flipped income system. That is obviously a very unofficial name because that doesn't sound cool at all. That's kind of something that Roger would come up with. Like it's like Genesis Easy. Okay.
I knew that was coming.
All right, there you go. I'm glad you can preempt my strikes now. So here's what happens in options domination. It's going to be a little tricky, so just follow along and you will understand. So right now in DS domination, let's say that you come into DS domination and you refer 10 people and then they refer 5 people each. That's what happens. You're going to have 10 people on your level 1, then you're going to have 50 people on your level 2. That's not what happens in options domination. In options domination, the structure is kind of set up like this. Okay, it's a forced 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, that means that the whole company structure is like this. And here's how that plays out. Let's say this is a person named A, okay, and this kind, gentle person named A refers a person named B, okay. That's where B goes. Then B refers C. Now, in usual sense, in the common sense systems of the world, or the used and abused and often redone systems of the world, when B refers C, C goes in this position, right, under B. But in options domination, what happens is that C, instead of going under B, goes in the next available spot in the company, which happens to be here. Okay? It's not under B, it's actually the next open spot in the company. Then let's say that B also refers D, and then D goes in the next available spot in the company. Okay, just follow along. If you're an affiliate, some of you might grasp this a lot easier if you have, history of working in companies, but watch what happens here though. Okay, let's say that then we have a mixed bag, different people are referring people, A, B, C, D are all referring people. Let's say they refer E, F, G, H, I, what comes after I? Sorry, J, K, sorry, I'm in India, I forgot my alphabet. L, M, okay. Here's what happens. A is going to get $1 per person in this matrix, okay, regardless of who referred them, okay. So A in this case is going to get $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $12 right away per month per person. B is going to get 3, C is going to get 3, D is going to get 3. It doesn't matter who referred everybody, okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if A referred nobody beyond B. And it doesn't matter if A even referred B. B might have been referred by somebody else above A in the company. Doesn't matter at all. Okay, here's what happens. Okay, there is no real low priority and things like that. In here, everybody's just going to make money. Now, here is the clear mathematical issue. Okay, everybody who has any common sense will see this immediately. Fine, A made a bunch of money, but what about all these guys at the bottom? What about these 9 people? They're not going to make anything, right? That's the problem that we're trying to address, because the people at the bottom in any company always are going to not make any money, because that's just how all the systems are set up. Okay, so what we have here is a 3 by 7 matrix. That means everything goes 7 levels deep. So this is A, and here's A's level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. So A's level 1 has 3 people, level 2 has 9 people, level 3 is going to have 27, then 81, then 243, then 729, and then 2187. Okay, those are going to be the total number of people in A's matrix. Okay, now imagine the whole company. The whole company is going to be set up like this as well. There's going to be the one top account that's going to be the admin account, that will be for the owners of the company. And then there's going to be 3 accounts for affiliates, and then there's going to be more accounts and more accounts and more accounts. The whole company is going to be set up like that. The problem over here is that these people, the 2,100 people, are never going to make any money in a typical company. So here's what happens. At the same time that this matrix exists, we'll call this M1, there's a second matrix that exists, okay, that's called M2. And M2 is an exact opposite. It's a flipped or an inverted system compared to M1. So the guys at the bottom in these 2187 people, we actually begin with them. So in the next matrix, M is going to be at the top, and then A is going to be at the bottom. that makes sure that actually these people who are at the top, at the bottom, are going to be making some money as well. And M2 is the same way. It's $1 per person per month. Okay. Again, that means that now M is going to be making $12 a month, while A is also making $12 a month, even though neither one of them have recruited many people at all. Okay. Given the math behind it, there are too many people. Okay. The 2,100 people here, and it's not going to be sufficient to flip it once. So then we do a second thing. Then we create a third matrix at the same time. I understand this is complex and confusing and all that good stuff. Just focus on what the result, the end result of all of this, gymnastic is. What happens is in M3, then we look at who are the people so far, okay, lowest income from M1 plus M2 combined. Who are the people who are in that order? And then we create a new matrix, the M3, in that ascending order. Okay, the lowest income goes first, and then people go down from there. Okay, now the obvious question becomes, what does A then get for referring B? Okay, here's what A gets for referring B. A gets a fixed income per month, just like in DST. When you refer somebody in DST, you get a fixed income per month for having referred them. So fixed income per month is the first thing that A is going to get on B. And then also, A will also receive 25% matching income bonus. So whatever B makes, A is going to get a 25% matching bonus. And then he's going to get 10% on the next level, and he's going to get 5% on the next level. So let's say A referred B, and in the giant scheme of things, from the three matrices combined, B made $100. A is going to get $25 as well. And then let's say B referred C, and C in the giant scheme of things from M1, M2, and M3 combined made $60. A is also going to get $6 from that. Here's what it basically means. When you refer somebody and they make money, you basically make money as well. Okay? And the way this is set up, because these three matrices and everybody being flipped around like that, everybody in the company makes at least something. Okay? Everybody in the company is going to make at least something. All right, so I would love to show you a spreadsheet right now. It was kind of unplanned, so I don't have my spreadsheet open. We have 110,000 people in the entire company. Okay, and here's what it basically means. When we have 110,000 people in the entire company, the lowest income earner in the company makes $11 every month. Okay, so that is the idea behind this. They're going to be, just like in DST, you have Pro, Elite, and multiple different products, and you get paid commissions based on that. In options domination, there are just 3 products. Okay, there's one product for $49 a month. There's another product for $199 a month, $149 a month, and then we have a third product for $399 a month. Okay, you only choose one of the 3. And here's what happens with each product. Depending on which product you get a certain number of signals per day. Now, signals are basically a service where we look at the trade and we tell you automatically, you need to go and take this trade. For example, like you saw with Kevin's screenshot, hey, in the next 5 minutes, you should take this trade, that the USD JPY is going to go down. That's all you do. You just literally go and click a button that says it will go down. That's it. You don't analyze anything. You don't figure out anything else. And you just follow those trades. That's how signals work. Okay. With 149 you get more, and with 399 you get more, and then depending on which level you are on, as an affiliate, you also earn a very significant amount of income. Okay, it's a totally different amount of income based on which level you're on. And I don't want to give too many specifics, because I feel like the more specifics we give, the more we distract from what's at hand. What's at hand is that right now you guys need to get elite, get supremacy, automate that whole business, make it huge, so you can move on over, and when then you can focus on this while that's running itself. Okay, and while this is running itself, you can very easily be making a lot of money in here, and then I'll explain how a risk-free thing works. Now, beyond this, again, imagine this DST. You join DST for $20 a month. Okay, that's like this. You join for $20 a month. You get training and software and a system that shows you how to sell. This is what's going to happen here. You get a training and software and system that shows you how to trade. Okay, and then when you go to eBay and you start selling an item, you basically use your cash flow to source products, and you use your cash flow to make listings on eBay. The same thing happens at a broker. Okay, a broker is where, or a brokerage platform is where you're going to make these trades. And what we have done for you is, because of our reach now and because of the accounts, like the account that you saw with more than 100,000 and so on. What we're able to do is negotiate with these brokers and say, hey, listen, we know behind the scenes how much money you guys are making. Okay, kind of like what happens when Roger approaches a company. He says, hey, listen, we represent DS Domination. We make all this money. We have all these members. What can you offer us in terms of cashback? And we're able to work out deals for you guys. It's the same thing here. Okay, we approach these people and we say, hey, let's make a deal. We're going to figure something out for our members. So what we've been able to figure out for you guys as part of that thing is what is called risk-free trades. So, for example, you will fund your account, your brokerage account, with a certain amount of money. Let's say $200. It could be whatever amount. You could have $20,000 if you wanted to as well. There's, like Kevin said, the scalability is very easy here. But let's say you started your account with $200 or $500. You're going to get a certain number of risk-free trades, and that just means you're going to take the trade. If you lose, your money gets put back in your account. If you win, you get to keep the profit. Okay. There is really nothing more simple than that, right? It's like doing DS Domination. We said to you, hey, listen, the first 10 products you list on eBay, if you don't sell, we give you all your money back, and we give you the money back for the eBay sales as well, the eBay listing fee. And if you take, and by the way, if you sell and you make a significant profit, you get to keep the profit. Okay, it's like basically risk-free. So when I said it's risk-free trades, that's exactly what it's called. It's a very compliant definition of it. This is not like a risk for us to say this, because that's exactly what it is. It's totally a risk-free trade for you guys. Okay, so you will be able to take a trade. Let's say for $100, you take a trade. If you win, you are going to get $70 to $75 to up to $80 in profit. Okay, win equals $80 in profit. Okay, loss equals $0 in losses. Okay, I don't understand how anybody could not see that that is amazing, because once you start doing that, now remember, you don't do this forever. You do this in the beginning. We do this in the beginning. Obviously, a brokerage platform is not going to work with us if we say, listen, we want to just make sure that you just never make any money with our members. That's not what they want. So they're going to give a certain number of risk-free trades, and here's the idea. You take these risk-free trades and you make some profit. Let's say that we made $300 in profit taking these trades. Okay, let's say we took $300 in profit. So you initially put in your $500. You just made $300 in profit. Go ahead and withdraw your $500 back out, and all your future trading will be done with this $300. That's it. From that moment on, you will never risk any capital, because you already pulled out what you're already deposited. Okay, so from this point on, you're going to trade just with that $300. And that's why you saw all those $5 trades with Kevin. You're going to take small trades, $5 trades, $10 trades in the beginning, and you're going to build up your level until you're moving to higher trades with, $50, $100, and so on. Okay, that is the beauty behind this whole system. And of course, on top of that, we do have things like we have the cash out offers in DS Domination, because you don't have those kind of options for you as well. So you can have more of that money available to you if you need it. Basically, the best non-risk thing that I have seen that we have done, and we've seen awesome success with this. I've had days where I've done multiple 4 figures, not saying that everybody is going to do that. And that's the test that we did. We took that system, Kevin tested it, made great money with that. We've had 3 or 4 other people do it, made great money with that. I think overall this is very exciting, and you just have to think of it like this. DS Domination is your business. Okay, that's where you're going to make money by exchanging effort or labor, ideas. That domination is going to make money by taking the money from step 1, which is DS Domination, and letting that multiply itself. Okay, and hence the term monetary mitosis. Okay, so hopefully this explains everything. Kev, if you want to maybe share some of your insights on your experiences with trading and what happened. Really, the biggest thing is you guys have to not get greedy. That's, I think, the biggest factor. If you're not greedy about this, it works beautifully.
Yeah, it is. That is actually. It's funny because on Friday I had I made over $2,000 doing this, and I did nothing different than when I made $35 trading on my $5 trades, right? I just scaled it up. So it was super, super, super exciting. I mean, it's just take bigger trades. The win ratio is still the same. All things still stay the same because of the system. So love it. I mean, it's one of those things that, like Hitesh said, DS Domination, it's your job, right? You put a lot of effort in to get the results out, and it's a very high-paying job. and this is something that goes a little beyond the job portion. Now, for those of you who are the affiliates who are in marketing and who are doing all this stuff with marketing, here's what's exciting. In the past, and Hitesh has done this, Roger's done this, I've done this, any successful marketer has pretty much done this. You have multiple offers, multiple income streams of things that you offer to your prospects. Because if you had 100 people come onto your list and look at DS Domination, you might only have 5% that ever take that offer, and that's still a profitable business. So what do you do with the rest of those folks? You transition into options. You have another thing to offer them, a second thing to offer them as an affiliate. So for those of you who are on the marketing side who love that world, who love doing those things, having something else that is very, very profitable for anyone you put in there, to anyone you recruit to, having that second thing to promote alongside of DS Domination, to me is priceless. To me is priceless. I've never promoted just one thing until DS, right? And now we have something else that you'll be able to promote side by side with that. So I'm just excited about this all the way around. You know, from the $5 trades all the way up to the $500 trades, money's being made. I didn't do this, you know, 45 days ago I wasn't making trades, and I'm able to have a $2,000 day. You know, I could have done that much earlier if I wanted to, but I wanted to test it out as if I was, you know, coming in here with just a couple $100 to invest, right? And then recoup that money and then proceed on from there with my profits. So that's what I did, and those are the results, guys. This is just something that it's going to change the landscape as we see it. I mean, DS Domination we've been a company that has kind of changed the industry in a lot of ways, and put it out there that these traditional business models where the top 1% make money, we think that's a bunch of BS, and we've shown that model right there, that 1% earning an income, is not where it's at. DS Domination is where it's at because we have so many members making money, and now we're extending that even further. You guys are going to make even more money with this. You're going to be able to do this with DS Domination. Obviously, we're still going to make some insane upgrades with DS Domination because this is our baby, but options is going to run simultaneously side by side with that. And Hitesh, I wanted you to let them know real quick that, and just to clarify this, we are not, Roger, Kevin, and Hitesh are not the owners of Options Domination. Do you want to talk about that for a second, Hitesh?
Yes, actually, I was going to talk about that in a second, because I was going to address a couple of things really quickly. Why we are so open about all of this stuff. Okay, other than the fact that this is all illegal, it's pretty good. No, I'm kidding. This is obviously legal. Fine. Okay, one of the reasons why we are very excited about this, and the reason why we are talking so openly about it on a webinar with DST people, is because since we're not the owners of the actual company, the companies that are involved in making all of this happen in the background, making all the negotiations work, and the income distribution and things like that, all of this that's working in the background, we are not the guys doing that. Okay, obviously we have some connections. I'm coding it for them as well. That's a contractual thing. But the point behind the scenes is that there are different owners. Okay, one of them is a very lovable, wonderful person known as Jason Rose that you guys know about. We're going to actually have him on a webinar as well. He would have been on here today, but he's traveling. But what basically happens in this structure is we are not owners, so we are actually able to behave, and we're actually able to run the whole thing like one of you guys in this thing. So we're not like DSD guys now saying to you, hey, look, we're the owners, let's tell you what's going on here. We're more like, we're the options guy, we're doing this with you. Okay, we are alongside you. So when we build out things from an affiliate perspective to promote this and so on, we're very happy to share that with everybody in DSD. And part of the reason why we are being given this privilege of being the first people to present this and share this is because when everybody from DS Domination gets imported in here and brought in, and we're all going to get a chance to join this and upgrade in here and get the top positions and so on, and we'll do a complete, very detailed breakdown of how this will play out. Okay, when all of that stuff happens, it basically gives DST members the very top positions. It gives us the first shot at everything. It gives us the top placements and everything. Basically, it makes sure that when M1 from the first matrix the DST members are already going to be profitable. Okay, so that's going to be one of the good things. Now, that's actually one of the things that I also want to talk about. One of the things that we have discussed is that because we have a bunch of affiliates in DS Domination, if you are also a Market Extreme user, we are actually going to give you access to some funnels that we are building that's going to promote both DS Domination and Options Domination at the same time. It's going to let you guys basically double your income streams immediately, or more than double really, and that's going to be one of the other benefits that you get as well. So there's a lot of benefits you get out of us not being the owners in this new thing, and us being actually the affiliates, but it opens us up to actually exercise our marketing arms. Now Roger can get on the phone and bring in all the contacts that he has. Kevin can get on there and do all of his marketing. I can start doing my marketing again. So I'm pretty sure that we can rock this. And in my opinion, we can probably cross 100,000 members the first 3 months in Options Domination. I'm pretty sure we'll actually cross that. Yeah. Now, what does this mean really overall? This is the point that I wanted to address. What does this mean? Does this mean that we are focusing on a new thing, or we are doing something different now, or something like that? Absolutely not. In fact, back in July of 2013, before DS Domination ever came out live, this was something that was planned and charted out and discussed in very good detail, not just between Kevin, Roger, and I, but was actually discussed with a lot of other people who were the first people in DS Domination. We actually explained how the next step was going to be people being able to take their investments and expanding on that. Okay, this is what that is. People will now be able to move on to the next phase, which is investment. If you have attended those Tuesday night webinars, then you all know there's this chart that I usually draw out if I'm on there, which goes something like this, which says that if you look at the chart of the average person in their lifetime, you're gonna, the chart goes something like this, okay? And this is their income over here, and this is their age, okay? And this correlation
is my favorite chart you've ever done, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I love it.
This correlation is not entirely true. What it's really talking about is the activity. What happens is over here, you have an unqualified person with no experience, so they're working at McDonald's and so on. Okay, then they basically have more education, they have more resources, more experience at their disposal. At this point, they're basically moving up. Okay, they have a job and so on. This age group right here is basically the 35 to 55 age group. Okay, this is basically when they say that people peak in their income potential on average. Okay, obviously this doesn't apply to everybody, but on average, here's what happens. Okay, and then their income goes down. This is income from labor. Okay, labor means you're actually working. Okay, or Roger, when you eat donuts and it really hurts your stomach, that's not the labor I'm talking about. I'm talking about like when you do work hard.
You know, it's very confusing to me because Labor Day is coming up and I put on a lot of weight for it and it doesn't seem to be working out. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Keep at it. Keep at it.
Here's what happens though. From 55 to 75, the aim that most people have, that unfortunately doesn't truly come to pass for a lot of people, the aim is that from this point on, you start developing a second income. This is supposed to be your income from investment. Okay? That's basically the idea that people have, that I'm going to work really hard, I'm going to get educated, I'm going to get good jobs, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to move up there, then I'm going to take some of that money, I'm going to turn it into savings, and my savings are going to become my retirement system. They're going to sustain me through it, and it's going to leave something for my future generations as well. And those investments are going to be an income for me instead of my constantly working. Okay, that's the idea that we have. That's the idea behind the American dream, really. Okay, it's not the 5 cars and the 2 kids, 2.2 kids with the dog necessarily. It's really that you have the ability to do this. Okay. Now in DST version, here's what happens. This is when you join Pro, you start making an income. This is when you join Elite, you start maximizing your income very quickly from that point on. Over here, you have your Unleashed and Monopoly. Okay, Unleashed plus Monopoly kick in. So now you're making all of this money from cashbacks and all these different things. You're achieving the peak of your income. Over here is when you do Genesis. Okay, and with Genesis, basically now you have a system in place that's going to sustain your income over a period of time. Okay, it's going to be your business that's running by itself, and then you hope that right around here, Supremacy is going to kick in, and it's going to develop an automated income for you. Okay, and this is going to develop that automated income for you and keep that going. but this is still income from labor. So your chart in DS Domination doesn't look like this. It actually looks something like this, okay? Your income doesn't go down. Like typical jobs, your income from labor doesn't go down after 55 because there is no true labor involved with DS Domination. Okay, supremacy is going to sustain your income level there. But what we can do with options is we can actually take this part, the dotted line, and we can use that as our income from investment and beyond double our income, because we're now going to make money both from affiliate side in DS Domination as well as affiliate side in options domination. Plus, we're going to be making sales over here in drop shipping. You know, this section covers drop shipping. Genesis and supremacy is not just drop shipping. That's really true e-commerce. Okay, so then we have e-commerce here in this area. And then, of course, finally, over here, we have options. And the options domination is basically going to go on the very massive scale in income for you guys. And that's at this stage. Once you get to this stage, what you have going for you is your drop shipping income, okay, DS income, which is from sales on eBay primarily. You have your cash back kicking in, which is your income coming in from, which is basically incentive for having sold other people's products. Then you have your own products that you're sourcing. You have your Genesis Easy products, which are easy money from Genesis app, okay? Then you have your supremacy, basically scaling up your income. Then you have your affiliate income in DS Domination. Then you have your options trading income. You have your options referral income if you try to recruit, and then you have your options compensation plan income, which you're going to make even if you don't recruit anybody. That's the plan here. The plan is that you don't have just one basket with a few eggs in there. You have multiple baskets themselves, and you have multiple types of eggs. You have duck eggs and chicken eggs, and you have every single thing that you can out there, okay? So the whole idea,
eggs.
Yes, we have chocolate covered eggs as well, and we have Easter eggs that you can go hunt as well. The point behind this is that we have always been focused on developing something that was an all-encompassing system. That is not just, hey guys, we have this cool little thing we figured out about eBay, let's turn this into an ebook and sell it to others. It was, let's build a platform that helps people make money, that gets them to the point of financial freedom. Then let's give them a plan after that. What after the financial freedom? What happens tomorrow you get kicked off of eBay or Amazon? What do you have then? Right? We don't want to face that situation, and that most people are never going to face that situation, but it's better to be wise and not needed than to be foolish and then regret it. So what we're doing here is basically we're going to have options kick in, which is going to be your investment income at this point. Okay, it's going to be your constantly growing income from trading and a second affiliate income stream as well. And just to tease you guys, I'm letting you know that this is not the end of it. There is more beyond that we will probably announce next year around this time as well. But this has all been discussed since way back before DS Domination was formed. In fact, DS Domination was formed. At that point, there was a company that was being promoted that was basically designed around getting people high on caffeine and try to make money with that. And didn't work out too well. And the reason it didn't work out so well is because it was based around all these promises that every other MLM does, but there was no reality behind it. So what we decided to do, we tried to actually fix that by making a three-step system. We had a step one, which was, let's give you risk-free money. Then let's make step two, which was Roger's eBay training. And at that time, we didn't have any of the software to go with it, so we did have some of the discrepancies at the time. But it was great. I mean, nobody still had something as good as that anyway. So then we had Roger's eBay training. And then, of course, we had this third thing, which was, let's sell overpriced coffee and give you illusions of freedom. Okay? And I think the only way we got that to happen was when we... Say it again?
Add a sad face to that third one.
Alrighty. Sad face there. So what we basically looked at was that we had all these people who were very successful. They did great with this part. I mean, everybody loves risk-free money. They did great with this, and then they lost money here. Okay, that's because typically what happens in MLMs. And then the concern was that because there was such emphasis on this and all the efforts were being spent over here, we never addressed the issues that were over here. Okay, so we had a discussion, and the point was just this. The point was, let's build a platform instead where we take the eBay training, we modernize it more, we update it drastically, we include all the software required to make it work really, really well for everybody else, and we give them the risk-free money options. Let's try and make it completely about the customer, and let's forget about trying to make a lot of money off of this. And let's cut off this coffee. They can sell coffee on eBay if they want, but let's not do this anymore. And that's basically what DS Domination was. At that point, we also discussed what can we do, how are we going to make sure that people make income in the future, what's going to be their 401k or what's going to be their retirement net. And that's when we had the discussion about this. And we actually had another plan before Options Domination. There was another plan that we had that is now going to happen afterwards. Which has also been built out since forever. I remember building that out in October last year. But this is the beginning. This is awesome because this is supposed to be our 1-year anniversary, and we're kind of revisiting how we began. But this is kind of how we began, and it was awesome. The results that we got and what happened, and then basically the coffee people hated Roger about it and didn't like him too much after that. Overall, I think we did a very good thing by focusing on this kind of a actual logical system instead of a, hey guys, you just need to sell some coffee and you'll be millionaires. So anyways, that's it. I've said my piece. If there are any questions, then please let me know.
Boom.
Okay, I'm here. Wow. There seems to be some celebrating in chat.
Yeah, there is some of that.
Yeah, I'm just letting it go. I just want to sit here quietly and watch all the happiness roll into the chat. Makes me happy. Mind-blowing. Wow. When can we join? Mind-blown. Excited.
Let's do this. Okay, if what we just showed you guys makes sense, okay, I hope this makes so much sense and you guys understand. The idea behind this is not, hey, listen, we can make you a bunch of money, give us your money first. It's more, here's a logical system. Here's something that actually makes sense. Let's do this. Could you please just maybe just go out on Facebook and just say, I just heard something logical, which actually makes sense. And it's very exciting because it makes sense. This is not slogans for the sake of slogans and getting you excited and riled up. That's very easy to do with large groups of people and get some hype going and choose a slogan and, get people riled up. We're talking about a logical thing that's actually going to work for you guys. That's what we want to do. Okay, so let's try and spread the love in a logical way, which is kind of funny because love is by definition two people that are slightly deluded in each other's favor, but that's not logical in itself. But my point is, let's logically spread the love.
Come on.
Hey, one thing that you didn't touch on that I think will be important overall is when I look at the DS Domination, the eBay structure as far as affiliates go. Our affiliates are blowing up and bringing in more and more people. It's going fantastic. But I had visions of grandeur that every single person, after they started making money, would start sharing this with family members, and we called it organic growth, and we could see no reason why it wouldn't happen. And while it doesn't happen on a large scale, there's still a lot of people that don't share DS Domination because their income on the eBay side is ongoing. So you get in and you start doing eBay, you start making money, and you can share it if you want to and make affiliate money. That's that model. I think one of the important distinctions with the options model is because you get these risk-free trades up front, you create an account and you're going to get these risk-free trades where you literally make money for free. If you share it, if you don't share it, then you don't give somebody that option to get those risk-free trades that you're going to want to see them win on. So I think there'll be a lot more sharing of this organically. Does that make sense? Did that come through clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
It does, but it gets bigger than that. It gets much bigger than that because of the compensation plan and the earning levels and what you're capped at. So, Hitesh, do you want to talk about that?
Yes. Well, it's what Roger said. In a sense, exactly what it is. Here is the danger in trying to share companies or systems or businesses or anything. Even great things. The danger in sharing it with somebody is the liability. Okay, it's like if Okay, I was about to get into the medical system. We'll ignore that for now. The liability is that if you share something and it doesn't work, this person is going to blame you. Okay, that really is the only reason. Or you're going to come across looking like a salesperson when you try to pitch people on stuff, right? The benefit with DST, first of all, was you're not pitching people, I have this secret company that has a secret thing that it has figured out. They have the only coffee in the world that actually is real coffee. It's not that, right? What it is instead is, hey, I'm making money selling on eBay. Everybody knows eBay. I'm making money with Amazon. Everybody knows Amazon. Makes a lot of sense. People are open to listening to what you have to say. You do not have to go out on Facebook and make a post saying, hey guys, I've been doing this thing called Domination, it's making me a lot of money. All you do is post 2 or 3 things about, I just sold this random thing on eBay. This is amazing. I just sold this. And then you say, I'm using a platform called DST, which is managing all of my listings for me. This is crazy. I'm making really good progress here. And that's one of the ways that you can get interest in this. With options, it's even better because there's no risk of what if somebody joins DST and puts up some listings on eBay and just doesn't sell. Over here, it's they come in, they take the trades, they lose the trades, it was risk-free, they say this doesn't work, and they leave, and it's over, and it's done, but they didn't lose anything at all. But instead, they can come in over here, there's no risk to them, and you don't come across seeming like, you know, a freakazoid or something. You just are a person who is showing them a method of trading. And because they don't have to recruit to make money, and because they're going to make money for sure from both the compensation side as well as from the trading side, you don't have the risk of coming across as somebody who recommended something that doesn't work, because flat out they're going to make some money that month. They just are. There is no way that they won't. Because of the way the compensation plan works, they have to, by design, they have to make money. It's the opposite of other MLMs. But in other MLMs, by design, people have to fail. By design, 90% people must fail for those 10% to make money. In our case, by design, everybody must make some money. In fact, for the top 10% people to make serious money, the other 90% have to make money, because majority of your income is going to be derived from the success of those people. Okay, so that's the beauty behind this whole thing. If you can find a way to incentivize growth amongst your downlines, it's going to automatically incentivize affiliates to actually be mindful of what they're doing. It's one of the reasons why, if you incentivize the government workers to actually make sure that they're tied in with the progress in the private sector, then you're not going to have corruption. And if you can remove power from the top people, you're not going to have corruption. It's the same thing here. The top people are only successful because everybody else is successful. The owners are only successful because everybody else is successful. The trading is only successful because the strategy actually works, and it only works because we are doing it ourselves as well. Okay, so that's kind of the beauty behind it, and you can get behind it. You can share it with others. You don't have to worry about the risk of seeming like a person who is just trying to get people to buy a shake for weight loss. Again, I never understood that. You make a post on Facebook saying, "Hey, all of my friends, because you're clearly overweight, I have a shake that I'm selling that'll make you lose weight." It sounds horrible. Why would you do that? I just never understood that. I remember Roger and Kevin trying to get me into that, and I never got it. I was like, so you're going to hold a party, invite your neighbors to your house and say, hey, you guys, since you're clearly overweight, let's make a party out of you being overweight, and let's all drink these shakes. It's just so horrible.
From a loving standpoint.
I know. And then they're like, this is the movement. This is the revolution. You know, you're being loving about this. I'm like, you guys are just crazy. Just totally crazy. It's so... That's not what that's not what's going on over here. Okay, this is all about us leveraging a system that actually works out there and doing it properly. Okay, and Audrey just asked a really good question, which was, options is a zero-sum market. Who's losing money when we win? Andrew, sorry, not Audrey. My apologies. The people who are losing, we are not the only traders in the world. Everybody in the world is trading. Okay, or there's a lot of other people in the world trading as well, not everybody, but there are a lot of other traders in the world as well. Our aim is to outdo our competition and make sure that we are winning our trades. The same way that when you sold something on eBay, guess what? Somebody else just lost that sale, right? Our idea with DST is we want to make sales and make sure that, I'm sorry, did my screen just switch? Okay, when we are making sales on eBay, our aim is to outdo our competition. if you are selling workout gloves and somebody else is selling workout gloves, or you're selling a pull-up bar and somebody else is selling a pull-up bar, when you get that sale for the pull-up bar, the other person didn't get that particular sale. If there are, at a given point in time, 374 sales of pull-up bars to be generated, when you took some of those sales away, the other person is not going to get them. Okay, our competition in options is exactly this. It plays out exactly the same way. We are basically just trying to out to the liquidity providers. Okay, and the liquidity providers are all the major banks in the world and so on. So overall, my suggestion is don't worry too much about that. There is a risk that if we get to multiple million members, okay, if we get into like 4 million members and all of us are taking the trades at the same time on the same markets, doing it the same way, then we're going to tip off the liquidity providers and they're simply going to shut down those particular trades for that moment because they're going to say there is not enough liquidity in the market to allow us to win the trades. I'm getting super technical about this because I want to make sure that Andre understands that we're not amateurs who are like, hey guys, this options thing looks cool, let's go do this. This is something that I've studied for a long time, I've done for a while, and I've just always had a very good, just big interest in this kind of stuff. So basically what we're trying to do here is we are making sure that we are also, we are basically outdoing a competition, okay? That's basically what we are doing. And it's the way I've seen it work, I've seen it work with multiple people, I do not foresee how this would be a problem. And one of the reasons why we are actually doing the binary options instead of doing regular stock trades, or instead of doing forex trades, the reason we're not doing those is because every trade you take influences the market when you're doing forex trading. Okay, because you just bought a bunch of USD, it's going to influence the market. Okay, binary options don't influence the market because it's a zero-sum game against other traders, so you're not going to influence the market. So if 1,000 of us suddenly did, bought a particular currency or took a trade on a particular currency, it's not going to fluctuate the value of that currency. That's one of the other reasons why we are doing the binary trades instead of doing the forex trades, if that makes any sense. I'm sure anybody who has done trading understood what I just said, but if you didn't understand, you don't even need to understand. That's one of the other points. Okay, you don't need to worry about understanding that. It's like if I just started comparing selling on eBay with doing advanced forms of SEO. If you don't understand the comparison, that's totally fine. You don't need to understand the comparison to sell on eBay successfully. Just go and follow the training. And it's the same thing here. Just go and follow the training about the trading. So there's that. Okay. Any other questions? I think there are questions, but I'm not sure which ones came first. Can someone join options trading without joining DST? Yes, they can. They're both going to exist independently of each other. People can do DST and not options, and they can do options and not DST. It's totally up to them. But what's going to happen is they're going to want to do both, okay? Because there's too much money on both sides. You see this chart? There is a, well, you could at one point in time see this chart. It's now kind of a mess. But there are two separate incomes here. It's not one thing. It's two separate things. And somebody who is in this position in life already might not care to do DST, okay? Because they already have the money. They're like, I'm not going to go sell on eBay. I'm not going to dealing with China and all this stuff. Totally fine. This person already has made their money doing something else, okay? But anybody who's starting out, who's in this place in the curve, where their income currently relatively is low, they are going to want to do both. They're going to want to do pro and elite and all of the stuff. Plus, one of the factors is this. We don't do binary trades all the time. Okay, we are going to be doing binary trades for a certain period of time, every day for 5 days a week. That leaves you with a lot of open time. And that's one of the other beautiful things about it. Most things online kind of chain you to the computer over time because you're like always there and you're always managing it. Well, our trading is going to be shut down over Saturday and Sunday anyway, so we're not going to be doing any trading on Saturday and Sunday. It kind of forces you to be away from the computer, forces you to experience a little more freedom in your life. So that's one of the other good things about it. But what it also does is, for those of us who are in this situation, where this is where we are, you can actually be doing DSD for a lot of the time over the week, and then doing your trading for, let's say, 6 hours over the week total. Okay, you don't need to put in more than that actually. 6 hours over the week, you do your trading, and the rest of the time, okay, the 162 hours left, you divide between sleep, eating, and DS domination. So you can make a lot of money doing that, and you can make a lot of money doing the trading all at the same time without worrying about prioritizing one over the other.
You could actually sit there, be doing your listings on eBay, be doing everything in DS Domination, and then a signal comes across, and then you hop on there, you make the trade, you go back to doing what you're doing. It can be that simple.
Absolutely. And let me address a couple of other factors here. If you guys are overseas and you're international, you don't have anything to worry about. We have both international brokers, we have domestic US brokers, we have all of these negotiations done with multiple different locations. We have different accounts we're using. We are actually trading on multiple brokers ourselves because we test them all out and things like that. So yes, you will be able to do it all across the board, wherever you are. That'll be totally fine. Will there be a phone app for signals and for trading? There actually already is a own phone app that you can use, just like eBay has its own phone app. We will give you the signals on your phone as well. You'll be able to do it. And how long before this is live? This will be live, like I said, sometime in October. And the reason we're waiting till sometime in October is because we want to make sure that you guys have your elite, your supremacy, and all that good stuff done. You need to have that automation finished. At this point, you have listings integration already managing your listings for you. You're going to have supremacy managing your follow-ups for you. You're going to have your Genesis product launches managing your FBA sales for you. So the only thing you really will need to do is place the order for the customer, and that's it, which you could even outsource or you can do yourself. It should not take you more than 5 to 6 hours a week. So at its peak, when you have both of the things running and you have both of them fully automating, you could be spending just 15 hours a week working on your customer side, spend about 5 hours to 10 hours a week working on your affiliate side, and you basically have your 25-hour work week, and you will have a lot more freedom in your life from doing that. Plus, you don't have the risk of what happens if one of my income stream dies down either. Yes, you can ask a tax question if you want. Shannon. Okay. What about those of us who are still
a warning real quick before we move any further?
Go ahead. Give us the warning.
I just want to say, don't try and do this stuff on your own. I know a lot of you are going to see the results that I've had, see the results that Tash had, and you're going to go, I want to get into this right now, and you're going to go out there and try to do it. I would encourage you to wait until Options Domination is live for you, because you don't want to mess it up. You want to follow the training. All right, so don't go out there, try to get on a platform, try to start doing options trading and all this stuff. Just wait for us.
And you know, let me actually make it even simpler, because I don't want you guys to get the impression that we're like, oh, don't do it without us. We want your money and your loyalty first. No, no, no. We're saying, we know from experience, and if you just go do some research online, you will see it yourself. There are many pitfalls in this as well. Just like selling on eBay can have its pitfalls, in this case, you can have more pitfalls than selling on eBay. Okay. If you want to go out and start trading, go and create a demo account somewhere and trade and enjoy yourself. At least you're not risking your real money then. Okay. But if you want to, just don't risk it, is what we're saying. Until you understand what we're doing, until you have something, until you have a followable blueprint. Okay, basically wait until beyond that. There's no restriction from our side. If you do want to go out there and start lose money or win money, whatever it is, we hope you win money. Totally fine. Go ahead and do that. Our suggestion is make sure you do plenty of research first, or just wait for options. Until then, you should have your hands full with Elite and Supremacy, and then the all-in-one package if you don't have that and are looking into it. So you have a very solid permanent income-based setup over here, okay? Because investments, by definition, investments are risk, okay? Even though we have arranged these risk-free trades for you and stuff, but by definition, risks are involved in investments, okay? So you do want to make sure that you have this system in place for you first. You do want to make sure you have your dropshipping income, your income from elite sources, your cashback income, your Genesis Easy income, you have your income from FBAing stuff, and you should have your income from sourcing products yourself, and Supremacy running all of those things together. You want to make sure you have all that stuff running for you in the background, so you have something to fall back on, okay? And then we will discuss some other stuff in the future as well about more things that you can do to keep yourself even more safeguarded, so you have an income coming in the background so you don't have to worry about stuff. And someday maybe I'll even share personal stuff about how we have managed some stuff that has gone on over the last year. So just that's our recommendation.
Can you imagine if DS Domination was like an education system? Okay, welcome to first grade, everyone. By the end of the day, you'll be making more than your parents make, and we'll be graduating at the end of this week. Welcome again. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That is exactly what it is.
Yeah. Or you can go the traditional route, whatever you want to do.
And this is an awesome homeschooling thing. This really is an awesome homeschooling thing, because I just noted, Lyria noted that they use DS Domination for homeschooling as well, and you really should. Okay, you really should be using this for homeschooling as well. We actually use that at our home as well. My 6-year-old is actually I just created an account for him in DS Domination, which I can prove because I can show you his account, but he's actually doing that himself now.
Which one of your children are chomping at the bit to get back to the States so they can use their scanner?
That's Josiah. Yeah, that's the 6-year-old one. He wants to get back into it. The 3-year-old one says to me, that's Andrew, by the way. Andrew goes, I don't want to do DS, I want to do options domination. I'm not even kidding, real conversation. And he's like, I want to do options instead, because he saw me doing it and he's happy about it. All right, so I think we are done with all the information that we had to give out. I'm pretty sure we're going to get off this webinar and then we're going to remember something else that we want to cover and we didn't. But for now, I think we are fairly good. So let's talk about your action steps from this point on. Here's what your actions should be from this point. Okay, actions: 1, get excited. 2, become calm. Okay, now from this point on, you should then go ahead and start scaling up. List as much as you can. Okay, get to elite so you have cashback. Okay, get supremacy to scale up even more. Tie in your Genesis products. Use the all-in-one package to get it if you don't have it yet, because that's the cheapest you're going to get it. And by then, you will get hooked up with options. Okay, that's basically what's going to happen from this point on. For those of you who are interested in the affiliate side of things as well, your actions will be to get excited, become calm, and then also at the same time become an affiliate and start going through training. Okay, this is one of the things that I wanted to mention. If you get Market Extreme or you already have Market Extreme and you're an affiliate, okay, that's primarily for affiliates. We're gonna give you the funnels that we're gonna build and use for options domination as well. Okay, so that's kind of going to give you more information and more stuff to do. If you've never ever marketed online and you don't understand how to market whatsoever, then Market Extreme is very much recommended for you. If you do know how to sell online, one of my biggest suggestions would be to use Facebook right now. Okay, Facebook is very good for sharing the stuff, for showing your results and things like that. There is excellent training on that in both the affiliate section as well as in Market Extreme itself. So definitely look over that, definitely go over that, and that is basically what I would suggest for those of you who want to be affiliates. Okay, when can we start using the DST income to purchase different products? You can actually use that right now. Or you could. Maybe I just did not make the final steps. Well, let's just say 4th September, I'll be a little bit more settled in, kind of, not really, but relatively. And so then I'll make sure that both listing integration is working for everything else. With the elite sources of products, and we will also be working with other stuff as well. Option is, can we use DST income to pay our options domination fees? That is a good suggestion. I would think not, because they are separate entities and we don't own it. but I will speak with the owners to see if they're willing to work something out with us. But I don't think that's going to work. Okay, that's a little trickier because of the legalities behind it. We want to make sure the companies are separate entities. We don't want people to get the impression that DST and options domination are basically the same umbrella, because we really are separate entities. So we want to keep it that way. Incentive taken down 10% eBay fees. Don't eBay takes more than 10% in fees. It actually accounts for a lot more than that. We discussed that specifically. I made a video about it and sent it out earlier, the listing integration video, so you can look over that once. Will there be a new pay ad? Oh yes, thank you, Michael, for reminding me. See, this is what happens. You forget about stuff. So currently, if you're an affiliate, the company that we've been using for our payments is iPayout, and we are replacing them. And I just finished all the coding for that. We were testing it out. We tested it. It worked fine with the testing as well now. We are replacing them. Again, I will be back and a little bit more settled in a little bit, in a few days. And we will be replacing them with our own internal system, which will allow us to also actually cycle your commissions however you want to use them and all that good stuff. So that's been kind of one of our other great things about DST is we come across something that we're like, oh, we want something better than this, and we just go ahead and replace it. And we just build our own, and that's what we're doing right now. We're replacing them with an internal system. So what's going to happen is right now you go in and then you have to log into your iPayout account, and then you have to transfer the money, and then you wait for iPayout to do their own thing, and the bureaucracy there. You're going to log into your DS Domination account. You're going to go to your payout account. You're going to set up your payout account one time. And then you will actually just go in your DST account again. You will not go to some other website to manage that. You'll just go into your DS Domination account and you just withdraw the money from there. Okay, that's how it's going to work. So it'll be easier, it'll be faster, it'll be safer, it'll be all those wonderful things, you know. Okay, as well as okay, with supremacy and listing integration and insights, they're designed to work with one eBay account at a time. Okay, so you can't remove an eBay account and add a new one, because then all the old listings will go out. It won't be able to track those anymore. Okay, so you will need to keep that in mind. If you want to track more, then you will basically need to get another DST account and just run insights from in there. Okay.
Well, the idea of having multiple accounts in eBay is because you have a limit that you're facing, and when you have that limit, it's generally low enough that you can track it other ways, a smaller account, and then as it builds up, just migrate to one account.
Yep. And then Fred, to address this question, I'll address it once more because I'm assuming somebody else might also have this. So listings integration assumes a percentage of fees. Okay, just like when you're really selling on eBay, in some cases, let's say somebody in California buys a product from you, you're going to have a 9% almost sales tax, right? That sales tax is so high that listing integration is not going to account for that fully. Okay, it's going to account for the sales tax from many other places, and most of the time it's actually going to take care of that. But if you price your product so it's accounting for the highest sales tax in the US, you're going to lose a lot of buyers. So that's why we don't do it that way. But the law of average will play out, and over time, you're definitely going to be profitable on that. But in some rare cases, you are going to see that you do not make as much of a profit as you expected, or you took a loss because you sold in a place where the sales tax was so high and because the product difference was big enough that it influenced it. Okay, so that's just the only thing there. Okay, is listing integration accounting for shipping fees? Well, listing integration when you're using Amazon is assuming that you're following the training, and you're making sure that you're only selling products over a certain price point. Okay, so you're getting the super saver shipping, or you're doing free shipping in some other way. But we do not, so that's why listing integration is not going to assume a shipping fee for you. Okay, because it's assuming that you're following the training. I keep saying trading because of options. It's that you're following the training and you're not selling products that you have a shipping fee on.
We lose you, Ted?
No, I'm here. I just didn't have anything
Okay.
more to say, so I just
Oh,
was quiet. No, Andy, you may not go to bed
6:30.
yet.
6:30, August 31. Tesh, nothing to say.
I was just answering Andy in a chat. No. Can I go to bed? No, you cannot go to bed. Said okay.
Will supremacy capture my Amazon customers or only eBay? Your currently supremacy is going to work with your eBay customers, not with your Amazon ones. Okay, and the reason for that is because Amazon is a little bit more finicky about you reaching out to your customers and trying to cross market. I've had some situations where I've noticed that they've been upset about it.
Yes.
Okay, Alan's question, are there any statistics on the deliverability rate for DST supremacy emails? Yes, I do have statistics actually. I have a 98.31%, I think is because this is using our internal system that we are running, and it's actually a 98.31% deliverability rate. We send out tens of thousands of emails with that every single week, but actually more like over 100,000 emails easily. So trust me, we are at a pretty big scale already. So your emails are not going to get lost because of anything. That's part of the reason why we weren't just teaching you how to do this. We actually built a system that will do this for you, because you do want to be able to do it on a big scale, and then you have to deal with the deliverability issues, and you don't want to deal with the return path and setting that whole thing up and trying to see where the problem is and getting it off a blacklist and stuff like that, which thankfully we've never been on a blacklist, but that's pretty much it. I'm sorry. I started reading a question. There's like 55 other that's just like start rolling up. Will we have a conference in Vegas next year? Why do you want a conference in Vegas? Why not just have a conference, but not necessarily in Vegas? We will possibly have a conference, but not most likely in Vegas.
And William Perry, Maureen will be in my prayers, and congratulations on the $2,500 profit weekend. Yes, you must implement Elite, my friend. $2,500 in a weekend with Pro upgrading to Elite. That's nuts.
Here's our buddy again, keeping us safe at 4 in the morning. Can all of you hear this whistling sound in the background?
Yeah, we got it. I just got invaded too by several children, so it's going to be pretty mute here.
Go to Amazon, see an English pages. Okay, we're trying to read all the questions. Somebody just had an $800 sale. I'm trying to find out who it was because it rolled up before I could see it. Will they be training on how to become an Amazon affiliate? Yeah, it's very straightforward. We will show you how to do that. If you want to do that, you really don't need to even do that. But if you do want to do that, yes, we will show you how to do so. Can I be a beta tester of options? We already have a lot of beta testers. I will keep that in mind. Hitesh, now you know how Brits feel staying up to silly hour. Actually, I don't know how you feel, because this is very, very, very common for me. For me to not sleep for 3 or 4 days in a week is extremely common. So
when we were in Vegas, I'm
sorry, but I cannot share your pain.
Horrible.
More training from Kevin for Market Extreme soon. Yes, there is more training from Kevin coming on Market Extreme, and we will probably jump on one Market Extreme webinar together, because there's a couple of things that I want to go over as well that I've been looking as well. Will listing integration be able to track all sources for Elite members? If not all, vast majority of them. 2 of the other major ones are already done, and we'll be tracking them starting the 4th. You know what? Hold on a second. I'm going to stop saying starting the 4th. Kevin, if you want to field the questions, I think I just need to make like 2 line edits, and we will have The elite source is the one that starts with a W and rhymes with art, and the other one that starts with an O and refers to how many products you have available. Those two will also be tracked pretty much right now. Okay, so let me just take care of that right now. I have paused the screen, so you will not see my screen move. So Kevin, please answer the questions since.
Yeah. There's a new capture page. Someone's asking about capture pages in Marketing Stream. There's actually a new capture page that I'm going to be rolling out this week that you guys are going to love. That I am running a test on and a case study on right now. You guys are going to get your hands on.
Right, we're going to run these crons quick.
Hitesh's doing that right now, Judy. Yes, the webinar schedule is back on. We will have a pro and elite webinar this week for you guys. So be loving that.
All right, so the glorious people of DS Domination, listing integration will start working for the other two in the next, I'd say 20 minutes at most. Okay. Judy, the company that you want me to add in there, I would really like to add as well, but there is a situation with them, which is why I haven't added that in. I actually have the code for it, but there was a situation with them. We're talking with them about some stuff, and that is why I haven't added that one in yet. Okay.
That's a good idea. Mike said, I don't know if you see this question, a calendar for events and webinar dates and stuff like that.
Yes. We did at one point in time have a calendar for it. Remember there was a little applet calendar that I made, Kevin?
Yep. I think we need to look back into that.
Yeah, we had that at one point in time, but we realized that it was actually causing trouble because we went through a phase in the middle where we had to change a lot of things and move a lot of things around. So that's kind of the situation.
Yeah, there's one thing as far as webinar schedule, if something big happens and things change, that's the only thing that becomes a hang-up, guys. But I think that's a good idea. Not even to have anything very fancy, just maybe a 2 or 3 week timeline, and we'll look into that.
Okay, and let me give a blanket statement. If there was something once in the training and it is not there anymore, that means we took it out on purpose. So if there was a supplier, for example, and now you can't see it in Elite, that means that we had an issue with them, or we thought that they were not a very reliable thing anymore. That's why we took them out. Or if you see a company in there, like for example, we talked about Doobly as a company last time, we took that out because we found a lot of complaints about them not actually paying people, so we took them out. There's stuff like that, okay? So basically, if you don't see a company in there right now, you don't need to ask us if we don't recommend it anymore. By definition, we don't recommend it, which is why we took it out.
I had a couple questions in here on how to market this. If the first thing I do if someone says, hey, I want to get the affiliate side going, is I ask them, are you making money with the product side? And if the answer is yes, then I ask them, my next question is going to be, are you posting your results on Facebook and plugging in? And if the answer to that is no, then that's where you need to start, because that's the easiest thing to do. It's the most duplicatable thing to do. The biggest thing about promoting DS Domination, if you're having results in Pro and Elite, is to share those results. Share those results. If you made $5, share that you made $5. Do that on Facebook. Do that to the contacts you have in your email. Let everyone know what you're doing. If you're not doing that, then that's where you need to really start with.
What is the website to post on
Heather,
Facebook, Kevin?
What is the website to post on Facebook? Just go in your back office, go to the affiliate tab, go to link and resources, and you want to link it either to a webinar or you want to link it to the sales page. But don't just toss your link up there and say, look, guys, make a bunch of money with this. If you are having results, then go ahead and post your results. So you would grab a snapshot of something that you sold on eBay that you made money on, or something that you sold on Amazon. You would blank out the parts you don't want people to see, maybe your user ID, things of that nature. So blank out whatever you don't want them to see. Toss that up on Facebook. I sold this hair dryer for $30 and sourced it for 10, made $20 profits, took me 5 minutes to do this. Click on the link in the description, or just send me a message on Facebook if you want to know how I'm doing this. You don't even have to put a link there. You can have people send you a message on Facebook. So either way works. But there are several links in the back office. I would go under the affiliate tab, go to link and promo tools, and take a look at those links. Check them out. I'm telling you guys, William, I keep coming back to this, but William Perry is just killing it. This is ridiculous. You, my friend, are doing amazing. Keep going. Keep it up. And hit me up on Facebook.
Okay, a question just came in. Judy was asking, with supremacy, then we'll basically have to put in some effort to find related products and then find those products to list and so on and so forth, right? No, because supremacy does it for you. You actually will just give supremacy the ASIN, and it's going to tell you what are the products that are most likely to result in sales of this product that you're trying to sell. So whatever product you want to sell, you put that in supremacy. The supremacy will automatically find all the other products that you should be targeting, and then it's also going to find those products and then go a step further and find which products will result in sales of those items. So it'll typically give you with anywhere from 12 to 50 items that you should then go and list on eBay. And that's as simple as just copy paste that stuff into the title builder and copy paste it over to eBay from there. The Unicorns and Donuts app already works for UK and Canada. You just need to go to settings and change that to UK. No, Fred, that was Hitesh when I said reference me in the support ticket. So if you have any issue with listing integration or something technical or code related or software related or billing related in the sense like something that you want to see done on the coding side of it, then you should reference me in the ticket instead of somebody else. But if it's something related to the training and, oh, I did this and this happened, what should I do? Or eBay told me this or something like that, then you should reference Roger. If you want to learn about how to hook up multiple monitors to your computer, then you should reference Kevin.
That's proprietary technology, so not teaching it.
Yes, Amazon does not allow affiliates in some states. There is no way to get around that unless you have a friend or a cousin or a relative or somebody trustworthy in a different part of the country that you can work with. Um, Jeremy, can you give me a couple examples of items that you found like that um, with the app? One of the reasons why you might think that way sometimes is this. Let's say you go to Amazon, you see an item that's selling for $64, okay? But when you actually look at it clearly, it's not $64. $64 plus there's a $5 shipping. Okay, so the real cost of the product is actually $69. Okay? The app analyzes that and goes, look, the actual price of the product is 69. Since you're FBAing it in, you're not going to have that cost. Okay, you're not going to be charging a shipping fee. So when you list the item up, if you list the item for $68.99, you're actually going to be cheaper than the $69 product. Because even though it says 64, it's actually $69. So that's why in some cases you might think the app is saying it's more profitable than it really is, but in reality the app realizes that this particular product has shipping on it and it's calculating that shipping cost in there and suggesting to you a higher price to sell it on. Can you help in automating potty training my 3-year-old? I can't at this point because we actually potty trained our kids at a much younger age. Our first one was potty trained at 14 months. Our second one, Andrew, was actually potty trained at 9 months. So I can't help with a 3-year-old.
It's too late. Can you automate the potty training of a 1-year-old?
A dog? Yes, I told you about it. Remember we discussed about the crate training?
1-year-old human. That worked, by the way.
Oh, elimination communication. Beautiful. That's exactly what is supposed to be done. See this Lyria right here. She homeschooled. She knows elimination communication. I'm assuming she's reading the right books.
I just got a question. When are you going to add something new to Elite? We just redid everything in Elite and added everything new like a week and a half ago. So if you were in here 3 weeks ago, it's all new. It's all new.
When yes, Don, if an item is out of stock on Amazon, it will be available later. Listing integration will go in and it will cancel that particular listing for you to make sure that you do not get a sale on it and then have to worry about what's going to happen there. I think that answers most of the questions. I know that we have finished answering all the questions when we're answering questions about potty training, so or elimination communication. So let's close for the day. We have a recording of this. We will put the recording up at some point and go from there, okay?
That sounds beautiful.
All right, Roger, you want to come in and do the close? I promise I will not mute you. I promise I will not cut off the webinar in the middle.
Kevin, make the same promise?
I can't make that promise, but I will try. I'll try very hard.
Go ahead and close it, Kev.
No, all right, go ahead. I won't do it, I promise. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, goodness. No, stop it.
All right. Happy anniversary to both co-owners here, and then thanks for everything from my family to yours and our extended family. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on here and trusting us all this way and all the new people. You're about to see some incredible stuff, and just like Hitesh said, it's time to get motivated. The Elite's first step for you all the way through. And the money's right here at your fingertips going into Christmas. Don't make the mistake of not getting, momentum going in whichever direction you're going to take immediately. And thanks again, everybody, for being here, and thanks, special thanks for
Hey,
Kevin.
I'm sorry. Can
Thanks,
I
guys.
answer a quick question? There's
Yeah.
a question in here. I just want to answer quick. From Brett, you were asking, are you eating a donut, Roger? No, since he's talking, he's not eating a donut. But for situations like that, we actually have a special donut blender. He blends the donut in that, turns it into a puree, and then IVs it into himself. So,
It's like a juicer. We're gonna sell it on Amazon next month.
And the only one that didn't make that promise is me.